I noticed. I got the thing on mute. I noticed. Yeah, hey, when it's that time, it's that time. It come on us, you know. I know how it is. Shit, I was sitting there, but I don't know why I be fighting. I used to look at my daddy doing that shit. I do the same thing. Like, why don't you just go to bed? No. In the chair, head rolling, you know. Just go to bed. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot, ain't it? It's from every direction, you know. Every which way you turn, there goes some stuff. And I ain't even get to the I think I like the black better for the I like the black better for the see the text actually. Cause the shit is in white. Well, in this mode, I guess if I change the mode, the view mode, that would change things. But what the hell was I saying? Yeah, I'm telling you. But you know, yeah, the thing about that is, I do too. But you know, it's what they call it, ignorance is bliss. A lot of shit was going on then, We just weren't aware of it. We was doing what we was doing at the time, focus on clubbing. I know I was clubbing and shit, whatever, trying to get your relationship straight, worried about making money, all kind of stuff. You know, not like really like it is a lot of terrible stuff going on back in them days too. Sadly, when you look back, they're really all the good old days was good old days and bad days. Just like now. You got to really make the best of it. It's all you can do. From otherwise, you end up like your girl here and your boy there, I guess, and plenty of others. I can't fit all this shit on the on a sticker or whatever background. People be unhinged, and I was listening to a psychologist today saying that it makes a lot of sense what he said, and maybe I've heard it before to a degree, but anyway, let me explain what he said. Like being around, cuckoo people makes you cuckoo, basically. On whatever their ailment is, really, whatever their defect is, if you be around them long enough, that's gonna be your defect. That's basically what he was saying to some degree. And I could see that to some degree you would have to be. That's the only way, which is why people got to we got to distance ourselves from people. I ain't worried about TikTok. Well, I mean they've been silencing me. They trying to silence me more than ever, look like. But I ain't even thinking about them. I guess you got to keep it moving. I am gonna put some stuff on a tube too. I gotta get more active there like I used to be. I used to be more active there and got off of here because for one, they keep threatening to ban the app and all that. So like I wasn't focusing on here. But I get better views on TikTok overall though. In a way, yeah, in a way, no, because as far as the shorts go, the shorts be popping all the time, mostly, and the other ones, well, it could go either way, you know. Then have you heard about either of these stories? The what you call them, the divester or the lady with the children. Oh, I was talking about Trey Reed. That's what I was saying. I ain't even get into that. Like I ain't even I got to do a little bit of research on that. But I think it just is what it is. We got to wait. You have. That is horrible. I mean, well, both are, especially the one where he made sure he okay. Yeah, but we ain't know. They was doing it then. Same shit. Different day. The same thing. But I don't know if we was doing it, like, but there it is. See, there it is. Like, definitely 100%. The longer we, us people, BLK people, are in their environment and around them like this, we have become more like them in the negative ways. You know what I mean? And they put the blame on us, but we've become more like we weren't doing. There are some things that used to be unheard of for the people to do, and like now we do though. Yeah, a lot of them be ending up like that. Did you hear about the one that was in the wall? But she just was that was like a date, I guess. She was. you know, 304, whatever. So it was something a little different with that one, but they wasn't married or nothing. But yeah, yeah, like you got to be watching these folks, man. But like low views, the ones that's telling you what you want to hear, that like they want that. That's why it's like the misery machine. They want that shit. They want people to go where they want to hear, where it's super comfortable, so they could crash out or get crashed out on. Like where you have to put the least amount of effort, you're gonna get your issue though. Because I know if the day ever came where I would find someone, like suitable, shit, it's gonna be some real shit. It is not gonna be no fake. It can't be. Is that right? Well, I'd beware. That's the danger. Yeah, they want to cut you into little pieces. I hadn't heard about that. Yeah. Why do you feel the need to filter that? Everything, this is ridiculous. Everything, just mentioning HIV makes people feel uncomfortable enough to where they want to filter it out. Come on, man. I guess they want to take the thing down for mentioning that. I mean, come on. That's what I'm talking about. They want us to be out here stupid, right? Unaware of everything and just falling for all the dumb shit. Like nobody's not gonna know anything. Just be on here joking, playing games, battling with somebody, trying to get more prizes than them. Don't talk about none of that, right? Don't even mention it. Don't mention it. And just let them find out however they find out. Find out the hard fucking way. What's going on out here in these streets. That's cold, man. That's like, but it's like now more than ever that like talking about like the same old thing. It's a little different because now more than ever they want us to crash out. They want us to be stressed out. They want the chaos. They want that. That'd give him an excuse to send troops somewhere too, or whatever you're trying to send. Like he want people crashing out, but they ain't crashing out in the places where he want them to. But all that's a whole nother subject, I guess. Yeah, they lying, but that ain't new, I guess. Yeah, I know I didn't. I'd be careful, man. And that's why I say talking about discipline is nobody want to hear that. Okay, all right, you get what you get. Don't have none. Don't worry about it. Don't care. Just go around doing whatever. Let that be the last thing on your mind. Discipline. And shit, it's actual discipline and other kind of pocket discipline, not being needy discipline, because that's gonna get you all kind of ways regardless. Like being needy, you have to find that shit within yourself because you be needy and you will get taken advantage of. I can promise you. And then you're gonna be the person blaming the other person for taking advantage of your needy ass. You know what I mean? When it boiled down to that, like yeah, is it easy? No, it's gonna be harder for some than others too. But the longer you put it off, the harder it's gonna be. and then you keep putting it off, it's a point of no return. I guess you could never face it, because it's just too hard to deal with. You've never dealt with it, the pain, and every time you would face it, it's going, like no, 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 fuck that. Let me just go back to the comfort zone, find another one. Let me just find another one. I don't want to know. That's the thing. Like, to get what they want, they can't get that deep into it to find out nothing about nobody like that. It's easier to do whatever you want to do, damn the consequences. And when the consequences are, as long as it, you rolling the dice, right? If it work out, good. If it don't, you blame the other person. Very few people gonna take their lick. He did that to me. She did that to me. That mother, they knew they had that. Why you didn't know? Well, you'll figure it out. But that's what I'm saying. All you got to do is solve the. I mean, the politics might come up. It might not come up, but you'll know just by the flow of the conversation. You just talk. Let them talk. They'll more likely tell you. They'll tell you without telling you, or they'll just tell you. People gonna tell you where their position is with being a feminist or being a chauvinist. Like, and I guess being a feminist don't automatically mean that you're, far right feminist, however that goes. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's extreme. It's too extreme. But they talk, you'll know. Like, but that's what I mean though. Like, they want what they want, but they hate the opposite sex. So you need to figure that out before. Like, how wouldn't you want to know that this person don't like y'all at all? Just, period. They don't have an open mind to think, to process, to, you know, mm-hmm, to what you call it, emotional intelligence and all of that kind of stuff. They don't have that. And I'm talking about men, women, men. That's why I put these women up here. Well, this woman up here, because it's not all men, but it's always a man. What man had to do with this shit? And I, like I said, I could splatter the screen with things and ask you, what did a man have to do with any of these situations that these women are doing these crimes in? And of course, the men, we all, and like, I don't need to put no men up. We all know men do shit, but we act like women don't do anything. But we act like it because that is the perception. They don't just, they'll show this shit, talk about it, and it's gonna go away. And all the while she doing it, like, look, man, I went to look this shit up. Mom of four offs her children. Guess what Google said? Which one? It didn't literally say which one, but like, they didn't even show me her first. They showed me several other women that was mothers that unalive, that shot whatever, pew pew, their four children, or did something to their four children or five children or whatever. She was not you would have think that was recent. That would have been the first thing popped up, but nope. You just don't be hearing about these things. It gets swept under the rug. or just like white supremacy, man. I noticed like the propaganda thing. The women would take the one with the dude doing something, just like the white supremacy will. They'll take the same thing, ironically, of the black man doing something, and and put that on all black men, and ignore every story that's coming out about women doing things. And the dudes, could go either way. There's some people that talk about it a lot. There's one dude that talk about the things that happen to children in particular, mostly children. So, all right now. What's up, Shaman? It don't help. I'm saying that's hurting because it's just like the white tea people, like the white people, that's hurting all of us by ignoring who's doing what, playing like that's not going on, and it's hurting all of us, but in particular the black community by pretending that that shit's not going on, that they're not doing what they're doing, and it ain't just this thing; it's a lot of other shit that need to, man. You got to call that shit out. And it's really on the aunties, the grandmas, whatever, mama, whatever they call it, so the GGs, whatever. Man, yeah, it's been a it's a long 9 days. I don't know why they did me like that. Because they backed the thing out. They took it back. The thing, like they took it back. They took two things back, but they still kept the shit blocked. Like, I mean, what can I could fight it, but it is what it is. Try to fight it. They don't make that easy for you, if it's even possible at all. Because they give you the answer, like appeal denied. Blah. That's it. No explanation. Yeah, I appreciate you. You know, yeah, this is wild though, man. She that these things like this are happening, and this happened here. I'm in Houston. Well, I think she's somewhere in Houston. I don't really know where at, but it's in the area. They got a lot of used to be all the little suburbs. And she said they with the devil now. She told the police they with the devil now. The lady up near here too, the white lady years ago, she just got sentenced. She had uh cut her daughter throat. It was a white lady though, but I mean, still, like women do stuff too. Stop pretending. Like we need people need to get uh not wait till motherfucker crash out and then talking about some damn mental health. I keep saying mental health ain't shit because most of those people be in the system. Yeah, it is. Hollywood, land. A lot of those people be in the system, were in the system. And I suspect like some of the shit just be too it'd be like patterns of things, man. How that shit just I guess it's like the monkeys, the 100 monkeys, people just instinctively do the same type of crime, unusual type of crimes, or are they programming them to do those type of crimes? Like the same thing. They be on the bus and cutting people throats. that's like happened like more than just that time with that chick. Like it's been many times that shit be happening. And it don't, it goes all kind of ways, man. But when the yeah, it's crazy everywhere. It's hard to escape it, but you're better off in, I guess, in the country somewhere. But they do crazy stuff out there. I mean, if what it was in uh Tulsa, that's pretty country in Tulsa, where the guy went to look for his ex in the church and she wasn't there, so he unalived two people that was there, and I think they ended up taking him out. The police might have took him out, or he got I can't remember what happened to him exactly, but like that's outrageous, and that was a pretty rural area, that things happen like that, people be crashing out. They said they want people. The government is everywhere. That's what I be saying. Like when they want the people under stress, they want the government workers stressed out. They're really saying they want America citizens stressed out, and they do. They want all of that. The more carnage, the better, as far as they're concerned. They like that. They got a bloodlust, man. They really do. And they want to involve everybody in their sick shit. If you fall for it, I was just talking about that. Sam Vickner on the tube is talking about, the more you're around people that's got ailments, insane, whatever, psychopath, this, that, the other, you become like them when you're around those people. You develop characteristics like people you're around all the time. It just is what it is. Birds of feather. That's on a micro and a macro. Yeah, just outside of Charlotte. Yeah, well, good luck with that because it gets jiggy. I know it gets jiggy out there in Charlotte and near Charlotte. All kind of shit be happening. So good luck with it never touching your area. You know, if it haven't already touched your area, but just not you, because it's touched my area, just not me. I live in a very safe area, but shit still go down. Shit still happens. Yeah, I guess it's like the cat that thinks it's a dog or whatever type situation like that. Yeah, be trying to bark. There they are. They clearly are though. What they call it's a term too. It's a term for it. I can't think of it. What they call it? It's like groupthink, but not. It's like a word that means groupthink that sound better than that. But like it's kind of like that. Yeah. Man, people are taking out their whole but yeah, like you say, maybe it is more, but I don't know if it's more. We getting more news. We got instant access. Like I get alerts on my phone, man. I wouldn't know instantly that something happened like all day long. Like so. I think we just know more. We know more. we'd be going about our business. If we had pay phones on the street and didn't have no phone in our pocket with that shit on it, like we wouldn't know all that. The news wouldn't be able to show us all that shit in the amount of time that they have. That's the bad thing. Like it's like a double-edged sword, I guess. It's good and bad, because you get too much. All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, we need, even if you don't believe, but people don't believe in mental health, getting help, like with counseling. Like, I think most of them just don't want to get no help. They don't want to change anything. It ain't necessarily, because counseling ain't the only answer. But they're not willing in any way, shape, or form to look at the flaws of themselves. Like, those people think they're perfect and don't make no mistakes, and they dare you say that they make a mistake. So, like, they're not trying to. No, ain't nothing to change. No, you change. You don't like the way I am, you change and accept it. That's what it is. Like, because and then it be trip, like get all into the Bible, like things that's not gonna actually have an answer. It's comforting, but it's not the answer. Like going to church all the time, reading the Bible all day, and then still end up crashing out. Talking about like this lady here might have went that way. Who knows? Matter of fact, I got a thing queued up. I'm gonna play it maybe. I got the thing that the lady was talking about her. Her name is Onida Romulus. She manipulated two men on TV and told both of them. I saw the beginning of it. She told one dude she had the dude taking care of the baby, telling the dude that the baby was his, but it wasn't his, and doing the same shit with the other dude, and was double playing him. Then she ended up going to court, like behind, like man, this, like like, and they living their life like that out here, and I'm sure Jesus somewhere in it, because you talking about they with the devil, so Jesus always in it, if the devil in it, the Lord in it. Yeah. Yeah, just I mean, shit. They made Jezebel look good, I guess. Jezebel looking at them like, shame on you. They take it to a whole nother level. But I guess, Jezebel didn't have the tools that they have to do that foolery shit. Oh, I forgot to I'm gonna share my live right quick. It might go dark. Okay. Sometime it go dark for a second, and I'm sure it did. But I'm here. And then this dude got 72 years. That was bad for them to give him. And then Trump might. I hope Trump don't pardon him. That would be some shit. He get a presidential pardon. I I actually wouldn't even be surprised though, because they like the chaos. She's pardoning unalivers. She's pardoning a serial unaliver, man. That dude done pardoned the worst of the worst. Like people that would be on Suicide Squad type people. You know what I'm saying? Amanda Waller would have had a chip in their neck, in their head, and Trump pardoned them. And whatever. Man, I'm watching them zombies, bro. That on a whole nother note. If you're still on there, that's pretty good. I watched 2 episodes. I ain't watched the other ones yet. So that's pretty good. It's just like DC though. DC got Darkest Night. It's they be flipping off each other. They got the same kind of thing. We live in that shit now though, in a way. Like these fucking zombies, they're just not doing that like that, but they mindless. But they got some level of intelligence. you know, like they're not just zombies. They could still function, but it's very low level. Shit to do damage, do harm. Well, y'all, I don't even know. Nobody can explain this. I would say come up and explain some logic behind this, but I guess there really is none. Can I do have it for people to come on? Let me see. Let me change my boxes. Let me change the boxes right quick. Okay, this might be better. Maybe. What you mean facts? Mad Hatter, what you mean? Wait, what you mean? Hollywood? They're gonna be locking? Well, yeah, they with the martial law thing, what they trying to do? Yeah, they're gonna lock up. Shit, you better not have a warrant or you know spin on the sidewalk or nothing and get caught like that. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. This is why we can't be coddling people. No man, no woman. People need to step up, take accountability, get their head out their ass or whatever. And the culture is to coddle the women. And the culture is for the women that's raising boys to coddle those boys too, though. So there's that. You wonder why you have that outcome. I mean, we all know this shit. And ain't nobody, be playing these games. They got a lie right now. I guess I need to put some money in this shit. That also, I'm going to invest, but it'd be nice to be invested in to invest. But nevertheless, They have people with talking bullshit. They're gonna have like hundreds of people in their line. This what the road will be traveled by the many. That's going to to the wrong way. That's just the way it is. It really is that way, literally and figuratively. It's that way. You see a lot of people doing that shit. It's probably not the thing to do. Well, a lot of men are opting out accordingly. Have you heard of men going their own way before? It's been around for years. Well, men just don't. That's what I'm talking about. Like, not that men don't talk about it. They do, but not like women do. Like, we talk about it and we move on. We're not talking about no men going their own way every day. We just doing it. I am one of those men. I don't even be talking about like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't be pointing out that I'm a man going my own way every day and why I'm doing it every day. But I do talk about the things that's important to all of us. Like though the men and women who want to date should connect. Shit, their ass is connecting, huh? All right, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've been out, but like, and a lot of dudes are out. We just out. We tapped out. But as the thing said, like you'll see videos, but you probably won't. It ain't gonna come up on your algorithm like talking about it. But like dudes are going their own way, but we're not complaining about it or bitching about it or going on and on about it. We have men have hobbies. You know what I'm saying? Men, I like this man. It's not enough hours in a day to do all of the things that will occupy my time and be perfectly happy with it. You don't focus on that shit. You focus on things right in front of you, things that's positive, and just move on with your life. Yeah, there's so many things to build, to grow, to plant. Shit, really and truthfully, especially right now, y'all want to be planting seeds and watering them shit. It's hot as fuck. You got to take care of it. Like it's a lot of effort to do that, and a lot of other stuff. It's effort, and you be worried about chasing behind a woman while if ain't nothing end up at the store, certain like you don't even have like nothing. Yeah, like it's hard to grow enough food to just be able to eat off every day. And you may not be able to do that, but like you got nothing. Think about it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you can learn to eat very little. Be like the golden child eating a leaf a day, but at least you have a leaf a day to eat rather than nothing. Yeah, and then you could do a lot in pots and stuff. I mean, but that's just one damn thing, man. Like dudes are doing shit, dudes that cooking, whatever. It's a zillion things to do. If I could take up martial arts, jiu-jitsu, I don't, and women be doing it, but not like talking about it. I know women doing it. I know women that holding those classes and stuff, but it's hard to get women involved in those things. Seem like to me. Like I know this firsthand. I know these things firsthand. How I know? Because I used to bring my son to jiu-jitsu class, you know, all the time. Yeah, but it's a lot of y'all do. There are communities, and y'all do, but there's a lot of women, and a lot of women just be bitching. It's a lot more. Like I said, right now, there's like I got two people in here. They got somebody with just because a woman is a woman, really and truly, it's a magic dust on that shit. They would at least have 12, 20, 220, 500, you know, just for being a woman. You're going to have weight like triple, quite 10 times as much as me just for being a woman. It's just the way it worked. I even seen a joke video about that, you know, about the podcaster. He gave the thing, he'd been doing it for years and gave it to his wife, and automatically she was getting top tier gifts, and the thing was going up, you know, people subscribing and shit just left and right. So that's not just, you know, I observed that. I know we all know that shit. And then if they're talking about feminist shit, the world really, you see what they did me for, like, for unfairly. Like I said, I pissed somebody off though, but unfairly they did me just for talking about that. Like that's a hot button thing they don't want you talking about. Somebody was in the background watching me. Like I said, you got to assume somebody always, like, it's two people here, but it might be 22 people sitting in the background waiting for me to say the wrong thing so they can report me, or they want to report me anyway. Just say something to make them unhappy, make up a lie and report me. Because if there's only two people here, where this shit be coming from? Or if it's street people or whatever, and it don't be none of them, they're always around. What is his name? User is in the background. It's a couple users out there hating. Yeah, the racists and ducked off. They ain't in here now, cause you know, but they're still here. That's all that is. Ain't no way they just left me alone completely. That, like, how you think I got banned? Did y'all see that video that I put up with Ashley saying what I she said what I said. I said it in a different way. She said what I said and she went more into detail. I just, like I said it in a different way. I said a circle of women, blah blah blah. And she said these ladies, she broke it all the way down. She said what I said. Yeah, yeah, ain't no telling, yeah. Cause he a big hater, and he ain't, and that's why he ain't been coming through. But he keeps sending me damn bullshit ass videos all the time. So best believe I'm on his fucking mind. I can't see, I ain't not on his mind. He send me a video every day. Look, and now they talking about invite him. TikTok they picked up on it. Invite Steve. Nah, I ain't inviting Steve. The hell no, TikTok. If he come through on his own. Yeah, and then that's what it is too. Yeah, because he used to do that, like hang out on the outside, like a sitcom, and then when you said a certain thing, then he walk in the room. You know, like how the hell? Yeah, he drinking beer. He probably listened to every live. No shit. I wouldn't doubt it. He just don't tap because you know they're interested. I ain't really talking about Trump like that, so you know he just let it ride. Like if I was go too hard on Trump, he gonna come in. Yeah, but I bet it was one of them. It probably wasn't even a woman that reported me. It probably was one of them simps. And matter of fact, I'm on some simps radar too. I'm on the races and the simp radar. The simps don't like me. And then that one dude, the FBA dude that switched accounts 3 times, that was on here, I had to keep muting him. He was going off. Then when I dropped him, he still was going off on it like him. There's a few people that's about that bullshit. You know what I mean? A countdown about what you mean? A countdown? What the fuck that mean? Whoa, that shit. Yeah, bro. Like the dude was ridiculous. Akina was, yeah, Akina was in here. And Brooklyn. It was kind of. He had a few people in here that day, actually, and he was running them because he was talking so much trash and talking to them. And like I was letting a little more ride than I guess they was comfortable with, but I didn't know he was gonna get that. I thought he was gonna cool down. I didn't know he was gonna keep going like that. Yeah, I let a little shit ride. It was a little edgy, but how is a countdown? It was like numbers counting down, like a program thing, like 60 seconds, a minute. What you saying? I'm confused with that, though. A countdown. Like something gonna blow up? I just know, man, we gotta watch it. Like I said, I be saying shit, but watch it back, all that kind of stuff. Two people in here. We two people that already know to watch it back. and they just telling people what they want to hear and the other thing, and don't watch it back. Look down at your phone. Don't pay attention to your surroundings. None of that shit. And how motherfuckers out here getting got. Yeah, I've been getting some strange messages, bro. Actually, I don't know. I would hope it's just spam. Tell you the truth, and not nobody that actually know me, because they're very weird and alarming in a way. Like I said, if it's just spam, it's random, then somebody watching me and sending me shit. Uh-oh. Yeah, that yeah, I don't like that. That's like I ain't get that one, but yeah, some of mine are like is like that. Like it's like what the fuck? I told you the one I got one said I didn't see you on my run today. You know, like that's something like it's something like that. Like it's a weird, threatening, not threatening kind of innuendo type shit. Yeah, it might be. And I'm talking about you talking about text, right? I'm talking about text on my phone. Yeah, definitely. They're working it. That's why I say, and some people gonna crack. Some people are gonna crack. People ain't built for that kind of pressure, man. And right in that too, bro. What kind of messages are these people getting on their phones that we'll never know? They could be getting targeted. We all getting targeted, evidently, though. Getting these bullshit ass messages like that, that's targeted. If you get one, is one. But if you getting more than one, that's a target. Who that, Maga? Again? Yeah, I be running them too. Yeah, not MAGA, the one that claimed to be libertarians and shit, I guess. But the MAGAs, like, ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't no point in talking to them. They're lost cause. They're pew pew themselves in the foot type people, and talk about that what you call it. So they all hanging around each other and they all nuts. They hanging around nuts people that's MAGA, so they all become MAGA. Whatever insane shit they go along with. You live around them, you hang around them, you work around them. They all in delusion. Yeah, and they are some of the worst. I mean, you have to be right. How could you not be? Yeah, but I don't think they fit. They can't fake. That's what I'm saying. Like, because they are like super coons. Like they're not playing like they're not that. They're 100% that. As far as I be seeing online anyway, and I don't know none in real life like that, but I don't be fooling with people. Anybody that I knew, as far as I don't work in the shop no more, but everybody that I know is man, they don't even be worried about that like that. Most people, and if they do, they most likely a Democrat. You have one dude that be and that was before MAGA, that would be like a Republican or something. It's rare. What you mean renaming? Well, them blagger, MAGA. Yeah, blagger is the worst. That's the Candace Owens and that dude that was in here, the FBA dude was clear. Like, if you don't like black people, you gotta be a MAGA, huh? He hated all black people. He hated black women. He hated black men. Like I said, I understand how they go though, because their mama be done told them to hate their daddy, and they be hating their daddy, and then they end up hating their mama and their daddy. Shit, and confused as hell. Mm-mm. Racist whites are MAGA. And what you mean? How Candace delivers? Candace Owens, man. I on the time I was listening to Candace when she was talking about Kamala, and she was doing her investigation that nobody don't like people weren't looking into, but that didn't have any factor in me. Like, people be thinking like shit just gonna change your mind or whatever. Like, just because people talking about it, man, I ain't worried about her and Joe Brown or nobody else, and made me vote the way I voted, which is not for no Trump. But because Joe Brown is for Trump, if y'all know it or not, y'all might not been seeing them, but like they're speaking for them Republicans. Um, but she did that investigation, and like I said, it ain't changed my mind. My mind was already made up, but it just was enlightening how she did that investigation. Nobody else was doing that like that, and they ain't trying to hear that shit. They only want to hear what they want to hear, and you got to go along with it. You got to follow behind them blindly. Like I said, most men did vote that way. The black men that voted, the majority of them voted that way, pretty close, almost to the 92%, but it's still not good enough. It need to be 92 or 93. Shit, if we did 93, y'all need to be more supporting than us. Yeah, but that ain't the thing about it's a deeper aspect of it because they threw, they threw a can like it's all a rigged up game. It's games and lies and games and manipulation. They threw a candidate in our face. Joe is running. Then Joe now all of a sudden Joe too old. When I was saying Joe too old, motherfucker was like, I dare you. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, what happened to him? Because he was kind of like he was all right before, and then all of a sudden, man, somebody happened. He dude probably had a stroke or whatever, and then he lost it, because he was more alert, and then he declined quick. So he was the man, and everybody was behind him. They don't care. They say I'll vote for him on life support and all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you're crazy, and I got to be crazy with you. Crazy people hanging around crazy people gonna make you crazy. So I got to follow behind you. I will vote for Joe in a coma. I got to follow behind you. I got to think what you think. Think about it. Now I ain't saying vote for Trump, but like it's got to be something else going on, man. I took the third choice, me personally. I'm not gonna follow behind that, and I done that before. I'm not gonna do that shit. No, they're not gonna force you under duress to what the choice is. Trump, like in y'all mind, I get it, like because that's where they putting it. Like, it's only two choices. The other choice is a wasted vote. Not if we all get behind that motherfucker. It ain't. Man, the people wasn't gonna play nice with no Kamala Harris. I still say that. And Joe obviously was too feeble minded to do it, which he was supposed to be the candidate. So by right, they should have did it another way. But I'm going to go along with the delusion because you're going along with the delusion. They should have had a thing where they brought candidates out and gave us a real choice because when she was running before, y'all didn't want her. Y'all had a choice to vote for her. Y'all did 92%. Why y'all didn't vote for her before? She wasn't good enough then. She wasn't on the radar. And then now all of a sudden, she's shit. She AKA and all this shit. I'm just saying, man. But I'm a little lost. But the Candace thing, Candace was saying, Candace, all right, appreciate you. Candace was saying that she's not black. And she's not black. I'm telling, she's not black. She look, but shit, like I could see her mama, like you in Oakland, you look black, so I'm gonna raise you black. I could get with that, cause I think Mindy Kaling look black, but she ain't black. They from the same place in India. They from the same southern India or whatever, just alike. They're the same kind of people. She look black. Y'all want her to be black. She's not black. They have people in Jamaica, everybody that's born in Jamaica and from Jamaica. Yeah, she is. Everybody in Jamaica is not black just because they Jamaican. They got people there just like they got people here. They got Chinese, Jamaicans, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, Indian Jamaicans. And why her father never said, her father ain't said a peep. The shit he said wasn't that good. He said something not nice about her comment about the marijuana, and besides that, he ain't said nothing. I support my daughter. I don't support my daughter. She's full of shit. She's great. He ain't say nothing. Why? Why you think that is? Y'all ain't find that suspicious at all. Y'all can't question it. Because y'all gotta go along and we gotta go along. We all gotta go along. Yeah, her ass Indian. Because her father is an Indian that was born in Jamaica or lived in Jamaica. He's Jamaican. Like they don't have Chinese Americans, but they're still Chinese. Mexican Americans. Those people are like that, and Indian Americans, as a matter of fact. They still, but you know, like because it's Jamaica, and they play on our perception. We perceive it as a black, like it's Africa, but even those Afrikaners as is you know, and then in northern Africa, where it's what is that, like Spain or something, like they're racist. They say they'll take your ass and make slaves out of you, and it's in Africa. But you know, once again, I'm getting a little off. Oh, Candace Indian? No, not Candace. I'm talking about Candace. Yeah, Candace said that um Kamala is an Indian, and she ain't just saying. She showed as far as the receipts go. She pulled up the receipts, partner. Barrel. She pulled up the grandmother and the lady. And she went all into it. Thing that y'all don't want to see. That she pulled up with a lady that she put in her book as her grandmother. That's not her grandmother. That was the servant. That was her servant. That person you talk about, that. Oh, I see her grand Caribbean. No, her grand was the help. That's not her grand. She put that lady on there and portrayed that as her grand. That's not her grand. That's what I'm saying. They be lying. They be lying and manipulating things, and it works. But it ain't get her, you know, into the White House. But it worked. I'm not against her, and like I said, that it ain't. I don't care if she black or not black. But why are you lying? To get the people on her side. Obviously, the answer is to get the people on the side. Ain't nobody gonna check into all that shit, and the people that's checking into it, they gonna say it's crazy. Oh no, I don't think so. No, Candace is you know, a freedman, from my understanding. No, she's a freedman. I don't know. Maybe, and I don't know. You know, but from my understanding, I thought she said she's freedman on both sides. You know maybe that's Amanda. Amanda Seals, I know is I think her mother's Caribbean and her father is American, but not I don't think Candace. Oh, you know about well you watch Candace talking about Kamala. like I did, I guess. Yeah, I was watching what's going on, but like I said, my mind was already made up. I just wanted to find out. That was fascinating how she lied about all that shit. Well, you say grams. Okay, I don't know. I could have sworn she said what I said, but no, maybe so, maybe so. Yeah, but they purposefully always make that third party person um like not an option. They never give, even when it was Bernie, and Bernie wasn't really on the outside like the third party. I'm talking about on the outside. They definitely don't show them no attention. Very few people know that they're running. Very few people, they don't include them in the debates, the third party. So people don't take them seriously. And that's a shame. Like, we should think for ourselves and stop letting people think for us and take and accept what is presented to us. That's the thing. And we so separated, the men aren't allowed to lead, but would more men be thinking what I'm thinking? I don't know. Evidently not, because the vote went how it went. So more of following y'all lead. I don't think those men. I wonder how many of those men that voted for her were thinking for themselves, and how many were just following y'all, some woman's lead. You know, but that was the play. Like you said, it was under duress. They look what it seemed like you had no choice. So I can't blame. Y'all blame me as if like, because if I didn't vote for her, that's like I voted for him. Nah, but it was gonna be either I'm voting for Jill Stein or someone else, or I ain't voting at all. That's what it was gonna be. I said the whole time, really, I was voting for the couch, but then I changed my mind and I went on and voted. I was voting for the couch, and plenty of other people said that they was voting for the couch. Well, if I voted for a Jewish woman, I don't think that I count in that category. But I hear you. And everybody that didn't vote, I mean, not voting is not voting. That's your stance. That is your vote. So, like, I'm not like maybe they didn't want to go for the third choice. Maybe they didn't want to vote for a woman, or maybe they didn't take the third choice serious enough to even consider it. They just said, "I'm sitting it out." But that's a stance. I think it's a valid stance. Everybody ain't got gotta vote for either one of them clowns, because she is paid by the same people from the Heritage Foundation. I thought, and some of them other shits too. Like, it's gonna go down different for sure, but how much different? Especially when you got the same Congress and they're allowing all this shit to happen. What you think they was gonna do with her? They're allowing all of this. They want all of this. I bet a lot of the shit, it was gonna not be what y'all thought. I bet 100, man, 100%. It was not gonna be what you thought it was gonna be. But we'll never know. Well, everybody play a role, and cheating played a role. Like, y'all not factoring in, like, y'all factor in what makes you feel good and what makes you be able to blame somebody else. You're not factoring in he cheated his way in, and he was gonna do that no matter what, no matter who voted for who. And then, so really and truthfully, with him throwing out a lot of votes, even the percentages that's there is misleading. You don't know who he best believe he threw out votes that he thought was going to be for the Democrat. So Those numbers are misleading. By the way, I'm going to say that. Those numbers are definitely misleading. He cheated. But y'all not accounting for that. Y'all want it to be black or white. And things aren't that simple. And that's how they play us, because that's how they could easily play us, because we want it to be black or white, orange or apple. Just simple. And the shit is complex as a motherfucker, and we ain't got no time to even look into it a little bit, right? So, like I said, even if she would have got in, it's every candidate that got in, Bill Clinton even. Look what happened under him. It'd be an illusion of you winning, and then we got that three strikes you out, and that shit ruined lives and generations of lives. People still in jail for that shit. And even if they got out, their family suffered. People just a lot of unfair treatment. So you be thinking you winning, which they thought they won. They voted for that man and he won. And I thought he was a good president. But when you look back and you analyze it all, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like no. So I guess he was better than the other guy. But was he really? Because they got to be tough on crime to get in. They not gonna get in and they're not tough on crime. And you are the crime. I'm the crime. It ain't actual criminals. They don't. Shit, Trump is a criminal. He's pardoning criminals. It's not about crime. And what the fuck are you talking about? Are you ready? You could go now, or whatever. Cause I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds crazy, and I just know some more crazy. I ain't gonna block it yet, but it's some more crazy shit come out your mouth or out your whatever. You got to go. Yeah, like I'm saying, but see, they blocked Bernie Sanders out too, and then I voted for Bernie Sanders one time. I think seemed like I did. If I didn't, but they blocked him out. They didn't give him no media time. His rallies was full and they didn't show him. They ignored him. They don't want us to have a better choice. That's stupid. When criminals make the law, then obviously they're gonna make them in their favor. Trump is a criminal, but he was allowed to run for president. No one else wouldn't have been able to do that. So you sound stupid. Trump committed three strikes. He should be in jail. Anyone else would be in jail. Right, you're a child. That's a child. That's a 14-year-old. Because you sound stupid. You sound stupid. Trump is a convicted rapist and a criminal, a 32 convicted felon. That's more than three strikes. What are you talking about? You sound stupid. You know what I'm saying? You sound stupid. What's divide three into 32? How many times that go? That's how many strikes he had. The fuck out of here. That makes no sense. And he's pardoning felons. He's pardoning people. He pardoned a guy that had 3 life sentences. DJT pardoned a man that had 3 life sentences. He free. So whatever you racist shit is, why don't you move on along, and go learn some shit. They don't care about no crime. It's not about crime. We're criminals. Ain't nobody talking about no whatever you talking about. That shit was unfair. We talking about, yeah, right. So the criminals making the law, they they can use at their discretion who gets charged with these crimes, because they're on the books. Doesn't mean anything if I'm got the complexion for connections, or I know people or whatever. And then, like they said, she won. She actually won. He cheated. She decided, like, it's all a game. It's all a game. I think it was just all a show. It went exactly how it was designed to go. But y'all don't realize that. Like, it's just all a show. She played her part. That's why she didn't contest that. Why wouldn't she contest it? Or why wouldn't you contest that shit against Donald Trump? Just because. So even if it would have came out and he still would have got it, maybe if she would have did it, if she would have won, and that would have been that. So that's on her for making that choice, or her or her team, or whoever made that final decision, which I guess at the end of the day is her. The team gonna advise you, but you make your choices. And if they would have if the Democrats would have really think, like I said, this is all the game. They could have went through another procedure, like it maybe there's some rare shit. What the president would have died while he was in office. He would have had a heart attack or something, or he would have gotten a coma. No, a lot of things could have happened to where he couldn't run again. There had to be a legitimate procedure to take instead of just letting this person run. Like there had to be a way to do it, but they wanted to rush it because it had to come out the way it came out. Is why? Why wouldn't they do it a longer way and get better choices? They didn't want a better choice. They wanted exactly like it was. We can't see that. Dude, is this the same user? Must be. Sound like it. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, so you back. No, your IQ going up. It's not an echo chamber because we don't actually all we agree on a lot of things, but we don't actually all agree on everything the same. So you obviously are not paying attention. Your IQ is low because your IQ is low. And I think you're a child. You should go check on your mama or whatever. Yeah, we don't. It's not quite an echo chamber. Just because we're not arguing doesn't mean that it's an echo chamber. We say whatever and agree to disagree on some points. I mean, you know, and make our point, and we make our point or whatever. And at the end of the day, we're gonna have to agree to disagree, or maybe we'll end up agreeing. You never know. But nah, and shit, ain't nothing wrong with no echo chamber sometimes, because you got to get people aligned to move forward with something. That's how that works. Like y'all want to see people arguing all the time about dumb shit that ain't gonna make no progress. Just arguing. Yeah, I can have it lit up with more people and we hear this bitch arguing, but hopefully we get some more like minds or similar minds. It don't have to be exactly alike. If you think different things and you don't realize the shit I'm saying about Kamala is true, you might 100% disagree with me, think that shit crazy what I'm talking, but I don't think so. And I can understand you thinking that. I get it. That's the narrative. That is the narrative. That's the mainstream media narrative. You know, and part of the mainstream media narrative is that we only have those two choices. And once that's always the case, huh? That's what I'm saying. That's always the case. We got to figure something else out. But like I said, with the left-right paradigm that we stuck in, we can't understand that there are other choices. But we're not gonna understand it because that they're gonna make sure to make to demonize them, to demonize them in every way possible, including you're wasting your vote. They gonna like that's the main thing they can just keep saying. Don't waste your vote with them. That's a waste of your vote. That's the waste of your vote. Over and over and over again. And shit, you automatically know it. They ain't gotta tell you. But they gonna remind you anyway. Jill Stein. Now other ones, I don't know. I'm sure they had a couple other people running, but Jill Stein was the Green Party, and Jill Stein had a black man for her running mate, right? But you don't know that. His name was like Maraka, something like he had a kind of African sounding name. That was his first name. I can't remember his last name. Right, I heard him, but I watched other things. Like I watched Democracy Now. I saw them on there talking. Like only them in independent media type things where you see them on. You will not see them on NBC or MSNBC or any of that shit. Like not like talking about it. They will not show them. Yeah, that was the one though. So some of us that didn't want to vote, that voted and didn't want to vote for Trump, voted for her. That's men and women. I'm talking about black men and black women. It's a few of us. So all those that you see that's not a part of the 92% ain't automatically Trump voters. Some of them are though. I think a lot of people said it out. They voted for the couch because once again the narrative is the third party is trash. So most people ain't even seen that third party as a choice. And then maybe some people even if they see it as a choice, maybe they don't like Jill Stein. Maybe she's a woman. They too could be a little bit of that too in there. And she had a black running mate. Maybe they didn't like that. The 28% can go to, I think that's hell. I know. Even if you voted third party, that's fine. What, to go to hell? No, but I'm saying all of them ain't. You put the whole in the same lump. Some of them 28% voted for Stein, and some of them now what percent? I think I would say probably 8%. If you're lucky, probably 20% voted for Trump. Oh, that's a fact. Like, okay, and they got the percent that voted for the third. Well, what percent voted for the third party then? Because I don't know that. I had to look that up. So you said it's 70. I thought no, 70 whatever and 20 whatever is 100, huh? You said 70. Wait,
Why is this?
78
Let me send
and
a coin because this is telling me to send coins or something. The 28% voted for him. 8%
no,
voted for him. Black women.
78 and 28 is more than 100. So your numbers is wrong.
What I'm saying is, this is what came up on the election thing. 28% voted for Donald Trump, and 8% black women voted for Donald Trump. This is on the conservative side. What I'm saying is, for third party, when I got my mail-in ballot, I didn't even see any third parties. None of what you're talking about. A lot of people who did the mail-in ballots or they did early voting, none of that showed up on any of our ballots.
I could see that. That's what I'm
Nope.
saying. They want them to be, kind of non-existent. Like I could see that.
And that's why I'm saying anybody, I don't give a damn if Elmo was running and won. Anybody other than Donnie Diapers. Anybody, listen to me, anybody other than Donnie Diapers. I don't give a damn if Elmo was running
But I
and
hadn't.
was on the
I
ballot.
didn't
I
know
would
that.
have.
I didn't know that.
Uh,
I didn't. I
yeah,
didn't
there was a
know that
whole
anybody
lot
said
of
it.
rigging going on. And see, the
Yeah.
people who did their mail-in ballots like I did, our ballots didn't even get counted. Let that sink in. Yeah. So it's just like I voted and never voted. Yep.
Wait,
A
what?
lot of people who did their mail-in, a lot of people who did mail-in ballots,
Oh,
like
they
I
put
do
it to the
mail-in
lady.
voting,
You saying?
yes, or it never got counted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the ones he cheated with. Yeah, he definitely did. Okay, Dawkins, what's going on?
How we doing, guys?
Good.
Hey,
Hey, what you guys talking
I know
about?
that was a dry hey. We're just talking. We're talking about the election, the rigging. Are you a Maga? Do you support this current
uh,
administration?
I'm a Republican. Yeah, I do.
Hmm.
No, no.
You
So
still
are you
support?
Maga
You
or are
still
you
support?
just?
I mean, I'm a Republican. I've been a Republican for the last probably
But
15 years. No, maybe 12 years. I don't know.
But what I'm learning is not every person who's Republican is MAGA, and not everybody who's MAGA is extreme. I'm a Republican who's extreme. So are you like an extreme
There's
MAGA,
def
or are you just?
no. I'm more aligned with the principles of the party more than supporting one person, regardless of whatever they do. Um, but yeah, I guess that's how you could say it. But I mean, there's
Do you
disagreements within the party too. That's
do
it.
you support what MAGA is doing to you guys' party?
Uh, what do you mean? What they're doing to the party?
Like how they infiltrated
Yes.
you guys' party? They're talking about these extreme MAGA people.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think they were always in the party. They were always Republicans, um, but they, there's a lot of people. I mean, Trump had we had we had an election amongst ourselves, and Trump got the most votes, so he won fair and square for the party's nomination. So
in other words, you support. That's what I was trying to get at. So you support what MAGA is doing in this current administration. So that pretty much answers the question I just asked you. So yeah.
Well, the majority won. So I guess I don't really understand the question, because the parties.
What I'm learning is, hold on a second. What I'm learning is, not every Republican that I've come across supports what MAGA is doing. I've met some, I would say, baby boomer types of Republicans who stand on these older principalities. And don't get me wrong, I'm not totally against some of what Republicans are saying, but I have an issue with what Republicans are doing pertaining to people's human rights and all of this. I have an issue with that. I have a very serious issue with people's free will and people being able to stand up for themselves and voice themselves. I mean,
so do I. I mean, I think it depends. I think it's a double-edged sword too. I think.
How old are you, Dalton?
I'm 40.
You're 40?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't sound 40. I guess, you know. If you
Really? Do I sound younger?
Well, I mean, it's the voice. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your voice sounds young, and the things you're saying sound young. So, both together, like, it don't sound like a lot of lived experience. You sound more like, I would guess, 30, 28, 30, something, maybe something like that.
Well, I mean, I do eat a lot of salad, so it's probably it.
Nah, I don't think that's it. I think you just saying 40, so you sound like, you know, you got that experience.
I'm 40, dude. 1985. I'm 40, man. I'm telling you. I'm not 28 or whatever. I wish I was. I'm not.
So you voted for Bush?
Let's see. Did I vote for Bush? I couldn't vote in the first election because I voted for him in 2004, and I think I was like, I don't know. How old was I? I was like 20 or something like that. Yeah, I did vote for Bush. The second time though. The first time I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm this is rough math on that. That's why I asked that. But
No, you're fine.
I figured that was around that time. You should have been able to vote. Might have been your first time.
The second, Bush and John Kerry was the first election I could vote in. First presidential election. Yeah. But I was in I was in the military at the time, so I did an absentee ballot and I mailed it in. So I don't even know if it got counted, but yeah.
Right. They throw those. Yeah, right. They love to run those out. Actually, that's the thing.
I think they count those last. I don't even count them. So
if they count them, right?
I mean, I think they do count them, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, it depends because they can, like, okay, see how Trump cheated. One way he cheated was had people with declared people that didn't live at their address. He said he got people to say that people didn't live at their address, and they could say like hundreds of people, thousands, didn't live at the address, and so they took them off the road and didn't count the vote and all that shit like that. Like,
you saying in the last election he did that?
Yeah, they did that.
Well, it's kind of like
several ways that he cheated. Like every way you could cheat, he did it. I mean, he's Trump. Like, you know.
So, I mean, I'll say this: if you have that claim and you think that's true, then they need to go to court with it. And just like Trump had the claim that the other side cheated, they have to go to court.
The evidence is there. That's why I was telling her, but Kamala didn't pursue it. Why?
Oh,
I think it's part of the plan. I think they all, you know.
What plan? You think she planned to lose?
Well, playing bigger than I know. Well, why not?
I think she wanted to win. I think she lost though. You don't think she wanted to win?
Why didn't she contest that then? If the evidence is there that he did these things and it's there, but she didn't contest it.
I'm not her. I couldn't tell you why she didn't, but I can
Well,
only
see, that's more
speculate.
of my speculation. I'm not saying like this is what it is, but there's
Yeah, yeah, I get
a
you.
possibility of a thing. Like
I
why?
I think it's just speculation, and I think that if there's enough of, like, if you're saying fraud, then you have to go to court, and if you think you can win and then overturn the election, then it would be worth it. But I'm assuming she probably didn't think it was going to be enough to overturn the election. So, but I couldn't tell you what she thinks on that. I don't think I've ever heard her speak about it. So,
Well, I've heard other people speak about it. I don't know if I've heard her speak about it exactly. She may have, and I just seen it. I think
I
the
think there's
situation
something
is
bigger going on here,
she
and I
didn't
think
want to
it's just going
argue
to
with
be a
you. She
matter of
wanted to take
time
the high road.
before we find out what's really going on here with all of this.
what do you
Because
mean?
something just doesn't sit well with me, and this has been since the election. This is beyond Kamala Harris. This is beyond Donald Trump. I just think there's something bigger going on, and I think even with this whole government shutdown, I think there's something more going on here. And I heard allegedly that a good portion of the military voted for Donald Trump. So wouldn't that be contradicting, if our troops are supporting a dictator? Because I mean, Trump is turning this country into a dictatorship, right? I mean, the
I,
whole
I, I
authoritarian and
Well, a
I,
majority. I will say this: a majority of the military, they mostly vote Republican every election. The majority. So that's every election, whether it's Trump or Bush or whoever, or
I
Mitt
mean, isn't
Romney.
that
yeah,
kind of going
I
against
would
the
agree with
oath in
that.
our Constitution?
What oath? That you can vote for whoever you want.
Yeah, they vote for whoever they
I'm
want.
talking about in protecting the citizen and serving the citizen and, doing all of this rioting and protesting that happened in New Orleans, not New Orleans, in California,
Hmm.
why would he use our troops to come in and try to contain the people? You are
Well,
you are
I think he
military,
had
right?
what?
You are military, right?
I'm a veteran. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
The
so how do
president.
you feel about all this?
I mean, if the president has it within his authority legally, then he's well within his right to do it. So just because he does it and he exercises it, and some people don't like it, that doesn't mean it's not legal. He has attorneys, and they will fight cities that go against it, and they'll fight in court if he can or not. And just like the Chicago thing, right? So Chicago didn't want troops there. They fought it. They ultimately lost, and now there are troops there. So he does have the legal authority to do it.
It
So
sounds
it's
like bullying to me. I don't
what
see what Trump is doing that's
what?
making anything great about America.
They ruled
I
against
don't
that for
see
2
what
weeks,
he's
sir.
doing.
They ruled against that.
Yeah, but they ultimately overturned it, and they said it is legal to
When
do that.
today?
No, there's National Guard in Chicago.
No, but
Why are there National
they
Guards in
just said.
Chicago?
Let me look this up because I just saw a thing today that said that they had to get them out. They couldn't
Oh, well, if they overturned it, then you might be right. I didn't
for
see
two
that.
weeks. There's a 2 week whatever on it. That's what I
Well, that's what
saw.
I'm saying. It's in court. So, if you say, well, he's a dictator and he's just not following the law, well, that's not true. They're battling in court over it. So,
Why would he send troops to Chicago?
well, he sent
Why?
them to a lot of cities. And I think one of the
You
reasons
mean
is
all the
because,
Democratic cities and states?
well, those are the ones that have the most crime, and they're
No,
usually
it's not.
ran by
No, those
Democrats.
are
That's
the
not
ones who
true. That's
didn't vote
false.
for him last election.
That's false.
I don't think it's just that, though. I mean, most big cities in the United States
That's
are Democrat ran.
misinformation. That's false. But and be careful because they don't like that on here lately.
Yeah, but you guys know
It's
I
not
most
find it
true. You can
most
I
look that
cities
find
up.
are.
it
You can look that
crazy
up yourself.
you brought up Chicago as
It's
a
the red
talking
states with
point.
the most crime.
Chicago's been ran by Democrats for decades. It's got an insanely high crime rate. It's got gangs. It's got all kinds of stuff. They're thinking about moving the Chicago Bears stadium, out of the city because fans don't want to go because it's too dangerous.
It's all designed to be the way it is. So
What do you mean?
everything is designed to be.
I mean, do you guys accept
Crime
a
is
certain amount of crime?
profitable. Crime is profitable. They
So
don't
was the
make money
crime
off
that
of
happened on
crime.
January the 6th valid?
No, I don't. I'm not for any crime, so I'm pretty consistent about that.
Crime is
And
profitable. Well, you are for crime because Trump
how?
pardoned criminals. You are for crime.
Well,
Trump is a
look, I
criminal and
personally
he
wouldn't.
pardoned criminals. I just said he pardoned a guy that had 3 life sentences. He's pardoned. He's free. So you support crime, and there's a lot of criminals that he's pardoned. He's pardoned people as unalive people and like real hardcore criminals.
Do you
He's pardoning
support?
them, dude. Like
Would you
not
support
just
Barack
J6
Obama?
hardcores.
Hold on a second. Would you support Barack Obama's pardons then,
No,
or Joe
I'm
Biden's?
talking about what I'm talking about Trump pardoning hardcore criminals. And you're saying that you don't support crime of any kind
I don't.
while simultaneously supporting Trump, a criminal,
I
and
didn't say that.
he's
I didn't say
pardoning. So
that.
like he's a criminal on top of a criminal. All you got to do is pay him, and you
Hold
can
on.
get pardoned.
Hold on. I didn't say that. I didn't say that I'm okay with Trump pardoning people who have been convicted of crimes.
By you
Um,
supporting him, you are saying that, sir.
yes,
Don't
but
you realize that?
no. That's not true. Just because you vote for someone doesn't mean you agree with everything that they say or do.
Yeah,
Did you
bro.
agree 100% with everything with Joe
I
Biden?
disagree. I disagree
You
because
do?
I think your
Trump stick
mentality
with you now. Now I don't know.
and your character tells me everything that I need to know about you and where you stand
He's a
when it comes to
rapist. He's a
democracy.
pedophile. Like
Who?
you can't distance yourself from that. You
But how
what?
do you know? Okay, let's talk about the
He's
rapist
convicted
thing.
of it.
In what kind of
Convicted
court? What kind of court was he convicted?
of law.
No,
Court of law.
no,
A
no,
court
it
of
wasn't.
law
No,
that
no.
favors
They settled out
a
of court in
collection
a
of
civil
people.
court.
Actually.
Hold on a second. You got to get the facts right before you just make that claim. He settled out of court in a civil court. It wasn't even it wasn't brought to criminal.
You're speaking on a different case.
No, I'm not. It's the same
He
case.
settled out of court. He had one that what you call it, retracted her thing because she was threatened, death threats and all that
And
kind
the
of
girl that
stuff.
could, and to top it off, that girl changed her stuff. She changed her story a million times.
Dude, you okay?
And you weren't there, so how
There
would
it
you know?
is. But look, there it is. There it is.
There's
You
what?
su-
You've
you
got to have
you
evidence
support
though.
you
You can't
support
just say
that.
that without evidence.
You support that. There it is.
No, I support. If you're gonna say somebody is something, they need to be, you need to have evidence.
There
You
is
can't just
evidence.
say it.
There is
No,
evidence.
there wasn't enough evidence. That's why it never went to criminal court.
Dude,
I'm just telling you the facts. I know it's an inconvenient fact, but that's the fact.
where are you hearing this at? Fox News is telling you this?
You could look it up.
Now, I think you need to look it up. He's a convicted felon. I know that. Like, why they let a convicted felon run for president? Like, that is behind me.
Well,
He's a
that's
convicted felon.
we
I
could
know
go down
that.
a deep rabbit hole with that, but
A rabbit hole of lies, filled with lies, because it's a fact that he's
well, you know
convicted.
what? I mean, we could play this
Everyone
game
knows.
all day. Kamala Harris also kept people in jail for marijuana charges because they were
I'm
cheap
not,
labor.
dude. I'm not a.
So,
You wasn't here that long, were you? Because I'm not a Kamala Harris fan. I didn't
oh,
like Kamala
okay.
Harris.
Well, I'm saying I that was just an example, but I
But
could
I'm not a
make
Trump
up
fan
stuff and
either.
you know.
I'm a reality fan. I'm a fan of reality, and
So am I.
whatever is. Well, I'm not gonna defend her on bullshit. I'm not gonna defend Trump on bullshit. That's
Well,
crazy. Like, to do
you and
either
I are on
one.
the same page then. I don't know what we're arguing about then.
No, but
You and I are on the same page.
you're defending Trump. You're not. We're not on the
I
same
didn't
page.
defend everything he did, but
Yeah, but you
I will
defended
defend
said
some things.
that you're acting like he's not a convicted felon.
He
So
got
you're saying
convicted.
it's
No, no,
debatable
no.
that he's a convicted felon, and it's
He
not
did
debatable.
get. You're right. He did get convicted of things, but there's also a defense to that too, which was a lot of this stuff was politically motivated, and it was Democrats that were using the
It's
justice
not, but
system in
dude, it's not
politics.
like that.
Absolutely, it was.
Moses, you're right. Yeah. At the
Do
end of
you?
the day, dude, you are a Trumper. You want to not be, but you are. Like if you still support him now,
I do still support him.
right? So there it is. Like that means you
I mean,
support
you could
everything in the
label it
current
however
state,
you want, but I
including not releasing the Epstein files, knowing that he's all in it. Like you support all that. Like
yeah, but how do you know that he's in it? How do you know that? You don't know it.
everybody knows it. There you go. Like
That's
look,
not it.
dude, there you go.
I mean,
Because
did
he
you read
won't
it?
release it. He said he would, and then he said it was Obama. It was a hoax by Obama.
Okay, so why didn't
So
Biden
you believe
release it?
that it's an Obama hoax because he said it's an Obama hoax.
No, I don't think it's an Obama hoax. No, but why didn't Biden release it? He was the president for 4 years. He could have
Why?
released
No,
it.
no, 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 no. There you go.
No,
There you go. Backpedaling.
I'm
Trump.
just saying.
Trump. Trump. Trump.
Why does it matter now that Trump's in office? Why was it
Only
just brought
Trump.
up?
Not Obama. Not Biden. Not Clinton.
Okay, so we don't want to talk about them. We just want to
Lock
stick
her
to
up.
Trump.
Lock her up. Russia, Russia, Russia. Not all that shit. No, no.
Yeah. You know, when I start naming Democrats, it's like, I can't talk about them. They're perfect little angels. We gotta focus on
We're
Trump.
in 2025. We're talking
Yeah,
about Trump
but it's
and the
relevant
things
to
that
talk
he's
about it.
doing now, and the fact that he's a convicted felon and all that. Like,
Right. But the point is, if you have a double standard for Republicans and you don't hold Democrats to the same standard,
but I do. I already just told you. I'm not.
you
I'm
do?
not. I'm, dude. I'm not. I held. You don't know me. You're making assumptions based on
Well, I asked you why didn't Biden release it then?
preconceived notions. And why you got them? You need to ask yourself those questions.
But why didn't Biden release the files then? Why is he not held to the same standard
Biden
as
is
Trump?
not the president now. Trump is.
Okay, so again, you have a different standard. Trump should
It's not a
release them.
different standard.
It is.
I'm not. But Trump is the president now.
Right, but
I can't
Biden
go
was the
back
president.
we can't go back in time. Trump
But-
is in now. The question is why is he not releasing them? He can release them.
Okay,
Why
we
is
can
he
have
not
that.
releasing
We can have that discussion, and that's fine. But why didn't Biden as well? What's the difference?
Why are we talking about Biden?
Right, you don't want to talk about it because you don't want to hold them to the same standard, and that's the issue.
Didn't Jeffrey Epstein go to jail when Trump was president?
I don't know actually. When did he go to jail?
You know all that, but you don't know that.
I don't know off the top of my head the year he went.
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now I know. Thank you.
It's interesting you don't know that though. Like
I could look it up. I didn't know it off the top of my head, dude.
Yeah, I think you just gonna take my word for it, right? Yeah, okay.
Take your word for it?
I think you already knew it.
No, I didn't know it. I didn't know off the top of my head when he went to jail. I don't remember the exact day.
Well, I don't remember the exact day. I know who was the president.
Okay, so you knew it. Now I know. Moving on. I mean, you don't get a cookie for that. Like,
I think you already.
you want a cookie,
knew.
man?
Again, I
I'll bake
think
you some
already
cookies.
knew. That's how y'all.
Dude,
like
I got
to
some
play.
cookies
Y'all like
at
to
home.
play dumb.
I will bake you cookies for this.
As far
For
as
knowing.
yeah.
What's up? Hey, I just want to say I'm enjoying this conversation, man. We it sounds like we don't agree on much, but it's totally fine.
Yeah, it's not a double standard at all because we talking about Trump. Why you got to bring other presidents and into it? Why isn't he releasing it? The other guy, who knows? But he could. And then not only that,
I would just like the same energy.
Hold on. Why would not only is he not releasing it? You talking about why didn't the other guy do it? Why would he say it's a hoax by the Democrats and Obama?
I'm not going to defend Trump on what he said. I don't know. I don't know why he would say that, okay? He probably doesn't want to release it for something. Why? I don't know. But
You trying to flip it to Biden? Like, dude, what are you know? What are you talking about? He said what I just said. He said that's like for real. Why did
man,
I release it?
we just hold different people to different standards based on their political party. I mean, that's just the reality. People are just irrational. Like Biden could do the same
No,
exact thing Trump
no,
does,
y'all are irrational.
and you will
Those
give Biden.
Democrats that are irrational. Hold on a second, sir.
Hold on a second.
The
You'll
Democrats
give
that are
Biden.
irrational are irrational, and Republicans that are irrational. Some of us
Yeah, I would
are
agree. Most
rational.
both people are, but I mean, you'll hold him to a completely different standards because he has a D next to his name. It's just crazy.
Not me, but no, that you're talking about somebody else. No, that's not
No,
me.
I'm talking about you, man.
No,
You're
once
like,
again,
oh, I
you
can't talk
got your
about that.
preconceived notions. I held Obama to whatever standard. Obama wasn't perfect. You may think that I think he was, or maybe you think that he was. I don't know.
No, I didn't
He
say you
wasn't.
thought that.
And a lot of the same
I
things
actually
was
voted
going
for
on
him.
then. People were complaining about the same shit, kids in cages and all that shit. But a lot of shit, people, like you say, because he had a D, people that think like that ignored it.
Yeah, they just let him off the hook. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you're not being fair about it. Like I said, I am fair
You
about it.
don't think so?
I hold them both to the same fucking standard. It's
I, well,
politicians.
you asked me about January 6th and about pardoning, and I said, yeah, I disagree. I wouldn't have done what Trump did.
Yeah, I ain't never heard you say that.
I
I
just
ain't
said it. No, I said it before, and I just said it again.
mm-hmm.
Like I'm about fairness, man. So all this like bias
Yeah, but you
about
still support. It's
like
like, how can you be against that, but you're for everything else that's just like
I'm
that?
not for everything. Let me be clear. I'm not for everything, but I'm for a majority of what he's doing.
Dude, like if you're for anything that he's
Majority.
doing, then that means you're a Nazi. You
Like
know?
what? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Whatever
Okay.
y'all new name is, whatever a MAGA is, so you're a MAGA. That's what the new Nazis are. Like, so that's what
Mm.
you are. Like, it is what
I
it
think
is.
once you start making the World War II comparisons, you've pretty much lost. I mean, it's
Well,
not even
if that's
close to
what you
what they
want to
did.
say, well, where it's comparable, it's
It's not
comparable.
comparable. The Nazis were a unique group of people that did
No, they're
awful
not unique
things.
group of people.
They're not?
They learned from the Americans. They learned from the Americans. Actually.
What? Oh man. Okay.
I
Okay.
really don't believe
Let's just get off
you.
the whole thing,
You
the
you
whole
you
Nazi thing.
you've practiced this routine a lot, but you're not 40.
What are
You've
you talking
practiced
about?
being 40, but you're not 40. I'm
I am
calling you out.
40. I am
I'm
40.
calling you out. What year you graduated?
Graduated what? High school or college?
Look, there you go. Never mind. Don't even worry about it. Never
I
mind.
graduated in '03.
Never mind. Never mind.
I did.
You practice being 40, but you can't fool someone that with experience. You're
Dude, you're
not 40.
entitled. Hey, you're entitled to be wrong. It's
40,
okay.
40, 40 is kind of young too. Don't get me wrong. Like you
I know
ain't,
when I was born, so
but I ain't getting the 40. I just not
I'll
getting
say this:
40
as
out of
many
you.
times as I've been on this app, I've never been told that I'm lying about my age. So this is a new one.
Yeah, well, they got all kind of
But I appreciate that you said that I sound younger because that means I'm doing something right.
So you're age fishing. They all got black fishing, cat fishing, age fishing. Nah, okay.
Age fishing. Oh,
Yeah, well, you pretend to be an age that you're not. Well,
okay.
it's all
I told you
catfish.
what year I voted, and like you were cool with that. But
Because
because you disagree with me
like
politically,
if you do this a lot, you got your thing down pat
I
for
do
the
it once in a while.
age that you want to play like you are to be perceived a certain way. You think you're going to be taken more seriously by saying that you're 40 than by saying your actual age. But
Well,
when
I
you
told you I'm
talk,
40. I am 40.
you don't talk like the age that you're playing like. Then
How
it's
does a
gonna have the
40-year-old
same
talk?
effect. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. How does a 40-year-old talk?
Not like you,
Well, how do they talk?
dude. I'm just saying,
You don't know. You don't have
you
an
ain't fooling
example.
me.
Dude, come
I'm
on,
just
man. You're just
telling
talking
you,
out your
you ain't
ass at this
fooling me.
point. Come on. You're saying I'm lying about my age, really.
Nice try.
This is what
Nice
we're doing.
try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with, I'd say probably about 85 to 90%. I think the jury's still out on a few things that I don't know what he's doing with, like the tariffs, but I agree on a lot of the law enforcement stuff for sure.
Of course you do. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you agree with it all. You know, you really do. You just don't want to admit it. Why I don't
I
know.
just told you things I disagree with.
But it don't. I mean, shit.
Dude, I've got you
You don't
cornered here
sound
a few
too like
times here.
it's not a deal breaker.
Oh,
It's
it's
not
not
a
a,
deal
okay.
breaker.
So I can
Nothing.
disagree, but it's not a deal breaker. Okay,
Nothing
got it.
is. Nothing's a deal breaker. If for example, if he wanted
What do you
to be,
mean?
if he wanted to be king, that's not a deal breaker.
How would he
You
even
want to
do
run
that?
for a third term, that's not a deal breaker. Nothing's a deal breaker.
Well, he
Nothing.
legally can't run for a third term. Right?
Nothing's a deal breaker. Look what you just said. Nothing's a deal
Well, how would
breaker.
he do it?
I know what I'm saying, and I know what you're saying.
Well, I think the thing too is I've heard all this cry wolf stuff for decades, and I just don't buy it anymore.
What you don't buy anymore.
Like when the media or people from another political party start saying XYZ is going to happen if he's in this and that, and then it's just like, and it never happens, and
Okay,
then all
Mr.
it was
Mr.
just a
40
tactic
year
to get
old.
you to be scared.
Mr. 40
So
year old. When was the
I just don't
last
buy it.
time? When was the last time in human history that troops like what you call them? National Guards and troops?
National Guard.
When in human history, American history, human history, were troops being sent into states, invading, and then
Like the way they're doing it now, it hasn't been done in a while. I think we all know that.
right.
That
But
doesn't mean I don't disagree with though. I actually
when
agree with it
human
though.
history do you
I think
think
it's
was the
good.
last time that was going on?
Hey, we just disagree. I think it's good to have law and order.
When in human history, Mister Unfair Comparison, when in human history, in the history of humanity,
You're cracking me
when
up,
was the
man.
last time that something like that was going on? And I
Like
think you
what?
know the answer to it.
No, what's the question?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. You're disingenuous.
In your questions. What did I say that wasn't right?
You're being disingenuous that you don't know what the question was. That's how I
Okay.
could
I mean, I
tell.
didn't hear you. I asked you what it was, so.
You want to move on. You want me to repeat questions that you already understand. You want to act like, dude, you are
I
not.
didn't hear you.
You
I
are
literally did not hear
now.
you.
There, the things you don't agree with are what again?
Don't agree with what? With the Democrats?
With the current administration. What exactly do you not agree with? That
Oh, I think the tariffs are, I'm not sure about those yet. I'm interested to see how they'll play out. Every time something with the tariff, like a slap on the tariff, and like the market goes crazy down, and then like I don't really know what to make of it. I think we have to wait and see how that's going to play out. So I'm kind of like neutral on that.
wait, 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 wait. You're neutral on the tariffs?
I'm neutral because I don't know how it's going to play out. Like if it doesn't work out, I'll be the first one to say, yeah, that wasn't good
So
policy.
you're 40 years old and you don't buy groceries?
I buy groceries, but that's not really a huge problem, I don't think. It's not. Like when people talked about the price
You
of eggs.
think that the prices of the groceries are not a problem?
No, I think it's
It's all
overblown.
good.
I think it's overblown.
You don't buy because you don't buy groceries. Your mother buys the groceries.
My mother.
Yeah,
My mother doesn't live in the same state as me.
yeah.
So if she's buying my groceries,
She's
she's pretty
buying your
nice.
groceries, buddy. You live at home. Yeah, yeah.
You think so?
In another state of mind, right? In the other room.
Oh, okay. All right, all right.
I got you.
Hey,
Yeah.
and
You
you
know,
know what? The
you
great thing about talking on TikTok is you can say anything and it doesn't have to be in reality. I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying. Exactly.
you've
You can
said a lot
say
of
your
things
mother's in
that
another
are
state and she could be right
really
in the
not
next room.
true. And that's okay. It doesn't, I've got a little bit thicker skin than some of these people, so that's all right.
You ain't
Uh,
wrong with it, but like I'm saying, if you don't
no, I'm
know,
telling you, let me tell you this.
what do you
I don't think
buy that,
groceries,
that, that hasn't
hold on a
changed
second.
in price?
Hold on. Let's just get off the groceries for. I don't think groceries are as big as a problem as like insurance premiums. I think that's a much bigger problem for people than the cost of bread or something. Like, yeah, groceries have gone up.
But
They've
that's
gone
not
up.
affected by tariffs, huh?
Well, again, we don't know how they're going to play out. The jury's. We don't know the long term
Insurance
effect.
premiums are not affected by tariffs. That's not imported or exported. What are you talking about?
Uh, I think we're talking about two different things. The thing I was trying to tell you was the cost of groceries. I don't think is as an important issue as insurance premiums. I'm more concerned about insurance premiums.
Yeah, but you were talking about tariffs. Tariffs affecting groceries and other things that you buy or use or whatever. More than
Yeah,
groceries.
it
Not
it.
insurance premiums. I can understand what you're saying, but now you're flipping the script. You're moving the goalposts.
Oh well, I guess um, when you said, "Oh, do groceries affect you? Are they important?" I don't think they're
I'm
as
trying to say
important.
how it's not affecting you. Once
I mean,
again,
it does affect me,
right? You
but
just you don't
it's
want to
just not
get
that
into
much.
details about the groceries that you don't buy because you don't buy them. That's the
I'm just
only
telling
thing they're
you.
not
I'm
affecting.
just telling you they don't affect. It doesn't affect me as bad as an insurance premium. That's all I'm trying to tell you. An
Because
insurance premium hits me a lot harder than
what
buying
kind of
groceries,
insurance are you talking about?
like medical insurance, dental, that type of stuff. Like,
Okay,
yeah, like when I pay my medical insurance premium, that's
that's
pretty
rough
high.
though. That's not tariffs, but that's things that he's done to have an effect on that by cutting Medicaid and Medicare and whatever else. If you were dependent on any of that, which you probably are, I'm sure, and repealing things, yeah, he's made it harder in that regard, but that's not tariffs.
Yeah, I know it's not
He did that.
tariffs.
He did
I
that.
was what
He did that.
he
So
did
this
what?
that's okay. So the tariffs and the insurance premiums are because what we were talking about with things that what don't you like about what he's doing. So that's two things you don't like: the tariffs and the insurance premiums. Even
No,
though
no, no.
you
I'm
said
okay.
you were neutral, you
I'm
first you
neutral.
said you
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
like,
neutral.
then you said you were neutral.
Right, I'm neutral. I'm neutral, and I haven't made it. I haven't. I'm not going to give an opinion on something based on speculation. I'm going to wait and see what happens, and then I'll tell you what I think. Like, just to be fair, like the tariffs may work out well.
Well, ask me
And
what's you saying, Akina? I ain't see. I think Akina was asking you something, but it's probably just scrolled up now.
oh, I didn't even know she was typing down there. Okay. I refuse to get back on the panel. I'm directing this to Maga. Okay. I mean, why does she not want to get back on? She doesn't want to talk?
Y'all are deceptive. That's y'all like to be deceptive. You're not genuine.
Well, how are we ever. So you,
Disingenuousness. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, it's in your aura.
so, okay. We don't like to talk to people we disagree with politically. Is that what we're doing?
But because y'all are, I don't know, but she feels how she feels. I'm obviously talking to you, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
just saying in general, like if somebody on the right didn't want to talk to people, I'd say, well, why not? Like you have to talk about your disagreements.
Because
You can disagree and be
y'all
okay.
normally, as now, is mostly circular. The conversation is circular. It never
Um, well, you asked me
gets
questions and
anywhere.
I answered you. I mean, the insurance premiums I'm not happy with, so that's one. And I told you about the January 6th thing. I wasn't happy with that either. So I don't think anybody should break into a federal building. If you break in, you're going to get what's coming to you. So, I mean, there you go.
Yeah,
I don't.
but look, you knew he was going to pardon those people, right?
No, I didn't know that.
You don't
But
know that he said that they didn't do anything wrong. They were just tourists, and like I don't even know all of what he said because I'm
yeah, I'm
things like
not.
that. But like he went on and on and on and on a lot about how they were victims
Yeah,
of an
you and I
unfair
agree.
system.
You and I have
You
finally
didn't
found
know
some
that?
common ground.
You didn't know he said that?
I knew he said something like that, and he pardoned a lot, but I disagree with that. You and I are have some common ground. It looks like.
Yeah, but you voted for him even though he had that rhetoric. He said that over and over
Yeah, but
again.
you got to look at the whole
You
thing.
knew
You
he
don't
was
just
going
look
to
at one
pardon him.
thing. Yeah, but okay, I'm not going to look at one thing and not vote for him over. I mean, Kamala Harris was also running, and I wasn't going to vote for her, so
Mm.
I wasn't going to vote for any Democrat though. It wasn't just her. If it would have been somebody else, I wouldn't have voted for them either.
Well, that's y'all guy. That's the one y'all put in because I think he wasn't the only choice, right?
She said, "I don't like sharing space with MAGA. It's a personal thing." No, you're contradicting my guy. Yeah, that's unfortunate that you can't talk to people who you disagree with. You only have to surround yourself with people in your echo chamber. Like,
Yeah, but you are like it is a you're doing what you guys do. It's always circular.
what do you
Like
mean? What do we always do?
you're pretending that you don't know what he stood for before you voted for him. And that's disingenuous. But
I'm pretending
you're
what?
pretending like you don't. You might as well say you might as well not say you don't like it because it's nothing's a deal breaker.
I.
It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It's not a deal breaker. Like
It depends what it
okay,
is.
I'll put it like this. Okay, say when Obama ran the first time, bringing back history. I voted for him because hope change, whatever, like a lot of people. But I slowly
Mhm.
realized, he's just a politician, just like all the rest of them. He ain't gonna do no more, no less. If
Yeah,
anything, he's gonna end up being able to do less. Especially the Congress said, "I'm going to make sure that he fails. I'm not gonna work with him. Anything he does, I'm not." So there is that too. So with all of that, he's limited on what he could do, but he can't do anything for black people. No one black can do anything for black people. He can't even wear a damn tan suit, so we can't do anything to help specifically black people. That's out.
can't do anything for black people. What do you? I don't know what anybody's done.
The people have the white people. See, there you go. You're not 40. White people, a white president can
Now
do
40.
something specifically. You're not. A white president can do something specifically to advance black people. What I don't need to name it. Google it. They can
Like
do
what?
specific things. Once again, Google it, man. But
Well, give me an example. You're saying it.
there's never been another black president in the first place. So there's that.
Another one? Well, Obama was just he was just two presidents behind. I mean,
No,
it was pretty
but
recent.
he's the only black president. You're not listening. It doesn't matter how many
No, he
presidents he
was.
was
I
behind or
know.
ahead or whatever. There's not another one for you to compare him to as a black president.
Well, right, because there was only one.
Exactly. So,
So what's the?
but any black person in
You trying to
any,
say black people can't be president?
if you see, you do, you're not. I ain't gonna keep saying that, but because I guess it'll get annoying for me at a point. But anyway,
I mean, you can say whatever you want. You're not going to hurt
it's
my
just
feelings.
obvious, man. Like you don't know nothing about history or nothing. Like
I've read lots of history books. I know a lot
yeah,
about history.
okay,
I don't know everything, but I know a
you're
lot.
unaware that there are white presidents that have done something that was favorable for black people and only black people.
Sure, like civil rights, things like that. Yeah,
Okay, that's a white but as a black president, you would not be allowed, if why would they allow you to be president, but you wouldn't be allowed to do something that big, whatever it would be, something else. It would be some other thing that would help black people in a similar way. You couldn't do it
So when Trump,
as a black
so when
president.
Trump, hold on, can I just ask you something? So when Trump, in his first term, gets with who did he get with? He got with somebody African American, right? And they get together in a room and they decide
Uh-huh.
they hold on, just let me finish.
Now talking
And
about this.
they oh, and they say, hey, we're gonna give X amount of extra funds to HBCUs, and this is something that was really important to this person. I can't remember who it was, and they go fund it. Is that not doing something for black people?
That's doing something as an illusion of doing something for
Oh,
black
okay.
people.
So he doesn't get credit for that because it's an illusion. How's it an illusion? Like the money went to the schools.
I don't go to school,
Okay, but other black people do.
but I don't go to school.
Right, but it
A
didn't
lot of
affect
other
you. It
black people
affected the
don't go to
youth.
school, and a lot of black people don't go to HBCU. So
But a lot of them
that
do,
part, that's
and
the
it helped
you're
them.
not listening. I'm answering your question. If you just take it in, the answer,
But you're saying it didn't affect me personally, but it did affect other
the
black
answer's
people.
in the answer, dude. He did something for a show to look like, and then what's he doing now?
Hmm. Okay, so apparently, if he does something
And
good,
then
it's a
if he
show.
said that, what's he doing now though?
If a Democrat does it, it was good. But if a Republican does it, it was a show.
No, that's not what I said. That's what you said.
Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like to me like if he does something for the black community, you're not going to accept it because you think it's a show, regardless of what it is.
it's you keep saying for the
And if
black
it doesn't
community,
affect you, it
you
doesn't
keep
count
saying for the
because
black
you said it didn't affect me, but
something,
it affected other people. It's not just about you.
but you're talking about me because you said
No, 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 no. I wasn't just talking about you. I was talking about the
no.
black
But
community as a
listen,
whole.
see, you don't listen very well. You don't even listen to your own self very well.
No, I said he gave it to the black community. That helped thousands of black youth go to school for better facilities,
The
for teachers, everything. But to you, you don't give them
HBCUs
credit.
are not the black community. HBCUs are HBCUs. Everybody don't even go to college.
Okay, but it helped a lot of black people is the
It
point.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay,
You
all right,
once again,
got it.
you keep cutting me off. I think I told to you before. You must have changed the name. But
I didn't change name, dude. You've got all these
you
conspiracies about me.
say
I've never changed
two
names.
different
I'm 40.
contradictory things at the
What was
same
the other
time.
thing? What
Listen,
was the
listen,
other thing?
listen.
I live with my
You're
mom. That was
claiming
another one.
you're claiming a victory
We
for
don't need
Trump.
your MAGA loyalty. We don't need this indoctrination at ABC. Oh, indoctrination.
You're
How is it
claiming,
indoctrination if he just funded it?
dude, you're claiming a victory for Trump.
I'm just telling you what he did.
And I'm telling you what he did.
No, you're saying it didn't
You're in
affect
denial.
you.
And you're in
So
denial.
therefore it doesn't count.
Not for it counts for HBCUs. It doesn't
Right. And
count
who
for
goes to
the black
HBCUs?
community.
That is part of the community. It's not not every person, but it affects a lot of people.
Not that many.
Okay, well,
Not that
I mean,
many.
what's your solution? What do you want? What do you want to see the president do? If you were in the president's ear and you could call him up and he answered on the first ring, he said, "Hey, what do you want me to do for the black community?" What would you say?
Man, we're not even getting into those kind of. I don't know where you're trying to go with that.
Well, I'm just asking you, like, what would count? What would be something
No,
that you
I'm
would say?
not.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of black people. I don't. I don't even want to get into those speculative type conversations with you. Like, I'd rather stick to things that's going on right now that we can talk about.
Well, okay, but
Fact,
you're asking.
it can be
You're saying.
proven in
Yeah, but
fact.
you're saying. Hold on a second.
It doesn't matter
It
because
does
they
matter
ain't giving
because
us
no, no,
shit.
no.
He giving us a hard way to go right now. He putting National
It's
Guards in democratic cities and
hold on
cities
a second. Hold on a second. Let's
with
go back
black
to that.
leaders.
It does matter because you're saying they
No,
haven't
it
done
doesn't.
anything
It
for the black
doesn't.
community, and then when I ask you what can they do, you can't tell me what it is.
He's not gonna do shit. It doesn't matter. I don't
Well,
need
what
to
would
tell
it be
you.
though?
I
What?
don't need to give you no wish list of shit that's not gonna happen.
Okay, so you have
You
no
want to
standard
sit here and
then.
debate with
You
me
have
on
no
shit that
standard.
I know is not gonna happen, or what?
Well, you have no standard then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't because you're not.
I got sense enough to know
I
what's
don't
going
think
on
you
and
know
what's not going to
the.
happen.
I don't even think you know what you're saying. Like you're saying we haven't been treated fairly, we haven't gotten stuff, but then when I ask you what you want, you can't tell me what it is.
No, it's not that I can't tell you. I'm telling you. You asking me what I'm gonna ask
Like
Donald
you're the
Trump
one being
for. What would I
disingenuous.
if I could talk to Donald Trump? You're saying
Yeah.
and say,
Any
hey
president,
Trump,
not just
black
him.
people need.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, right?
Any president, not just him, anyone. What would you want them to do?
No,
That's
anyone
gonna
is
help.
not president right now, and that's not what you said.
Okay, fine. Make it him. What would you want him to do that he's gonna get credit for? That if he did this thing, you'd be like, yes, actually, Donald Trump did this, and it actually helped the community. It wasn't it wasn't just for show. Is there anything he could do?
They're not gonna do it, dude.
Regardless if they're not going to do it, what would be that thing though?
There's no thing. And then whatever the thing,
So
whatever.
how can you have a
No,
standard
check
then?
this out. Check this out.
How can you
Why don't
be
you
upset
listen?
if you
Why
can't?
don't you listen? You asked me a question, and I'm talking.
You won't answer it though. You're trying to change the subject.
I'm answering your question, but you're not listening. So how would you know? How would you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what you're saying. I know you're talking while I'm talking.
Man.
So
Dude,
how
I've
do you
listened to
know?
you.
How do
I've
you
listened to
know?
you. Go
There
ahead.
you go again. Look, dude.
Go ahead. Hey, at least you're talking.
Y'all all be sounding so similar. It is hard to tell if you're that guy or not. But you sound like the guy I've definitely talked.
Well, maybe I have a brother. I don't know. We want you
Mm-hmm.
people to separate from us. Really? Do you want to separate? What do you mean? By skin color? By race? Or by party? Well, I don't know what she means by that.
By evil.
Evil?
Yeah,
Oh, she said yes.
evil colonizers on one side and everybody else on another side.
Get away from black people. Okay. All right. Well, how do you think that would work? You know you can do that, by the way. You don't need my permission. You can go to somewhere and create your own community and see if it works. You don't have to wait on me.
Y'all keep burning them down. That's the thing.
Who's burning it down? Today?
Your ancestors.
Okay, I'm not responsible for what my ancestors did, so I'm not gonna feel. I'm not gonna feel guilty for something that
What
when I
happened,
wasn't
and that's what
born.
happened. You don't have
Yeah.
to. Anybody who asked you to feel guilty, that's on you if you
Well,
feel
you're
guilty or don't feel.
yeah,
guilty.
yeah. Oh,
But
that's fine. Yeah.
whatever you
I
feel
don't.
is on you.
I know,
I'm just
and I
telling
don't
you
feel
what
guilty.
happened.
Yeah, well,
That's on you. You feel bad. Anybody trying to make you feel bad? That's on you.
I
And
don't feel bad, believe me.
I don't think y'all capable of feeling bad anyway. That's the fucking part about it. You just don't like that.
Well, I mean,
You
when you
don't like
feel
hearing the
bad and
truth.
guilty about something you didn't do, that's basically inner
Why would you
cruelty.
feel guilty about something that you didn't do?
If I did it, I would feel guilty, but
Why
if I
would
didn't
you?
do
No,
it,
that's not what you just said. Why would you feel guilty about something that you had nothing to do with? Why would you even say, I don't feel guilty about something that I had? Why would you need to say all of that shit unless there was some guilt
oh, because
or
you brought up
some
the fact that
emotion going on?
because because you brought up the fact that my ancestors did something as if you like have evidence that
They
it was
didn't.
my
They
bloodline.
didn't. They didn't.
You're like lumping all YT people,
Where your ancestors come from?
Austria.
No, in the United States. How long they been here?
Well, my mom's side came in this century, or sorry, the 1900s, and my dad's I think was probably 1800s. So two different eras.
Yeah, so your ancestors. They've been here long enough to have done damage.
Well, what about my mom's side, the ones that came over the 1900s?
Shit, 19 what? Yeah, hell yeah.
They did? What did they do?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking you. What did they do? How would you even know?
Where are you from? Where are they from? What
Huh?
region? What
They
area?
were from they were from Austria. They came
No,
over.
no. Of there you go with the bullshit. Of the United States of America. Where
Oh,
where black people
well,
are.
I'm
The
not
part
I don't live
where
where
my
they
ancestors and your ancestors met.
um well, they settled in West Virginia, but I don't live in West Virginia. I'm not from there. I've been there once, I think.
But that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there was a lot of them there. Yeah.
But they weren't even American. They were from Austria.
Everybody was from somewhere. And everybody is from somewhere. There's nobody. No,
Yeah, but they
y'all
were
not
immigrants.
native. Stop
But,
it.
but what I'm trying to tell you is they
Y'all
were
just did. Y'all
immigrants.
didn't claimed it like and pretend to be native. You're not native. Y'all all from Austria or Ireland or some
They
fucking
did
way.
come from there. Yeah, that's where they came from. What do you mean I'm pretending? That's where they literally came from there. They went through Ellis Island and immigrated.
No, y'all. You talking to somebody in the chat? You talking to me? I said you pretending that y'all native, like y'all was just born here forever. Everybody's from
Oh,
somewhere.
you're talking about
Everybody.
something in the chat. Oh, I got you, got you.
Trump is
The
from
sins of your forefathers have been
Trump's
accounted for. Yeah,
mother is from Scotland.
again, I didn't commit any sins, so that's nothing like what this lady's saying. So
He ain't even been here that long.
like, what does that have to do with anything?
But I'm saying, well, his people have done damage. Actually, they've been here long enough to do damage to black people, but not as much as your people.
But again, you're lumping in every YT person. Again, I just told you my ancestors weren't even here when slavery was legal.
And
So how could they have done anything?
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
See, that's how disingenuous your people are, man. You
What do you
know.
want me to say? They
Mm.
should feel guilty for coming over here?
So you learn nothing outside of what the school teaches you. Whatever the school teaches you, that's what you know, and you know nothing behind that. As far as history goes, you don't know anything but what the school teaches.
I mean, I've read lots of
Man,
history
I
books.
know you. I know you. I know that voice. You're the. I know you. You're the Whitney.
What? What are you talking about?
The Eli. You're the Eli Whitney guy.
Eli
I know
Whitney?
you.
What?
Yeah, you're the one. You're the guy. When I caught your voice, dude. You're the guy that I was talking to, and I Googled Eli Whitney, and Eli Whitney was white. I know you.
Eli
Tell me
Whitney?
I'm wrong. Tell me I'm
You're
wrong.
wrong.
I know
You're
your
wrong.
voice. I
You're
got you.
wrong.
I got you.
What do you mean, Eli
And
Whitney?
you were 28 then, or 26 or some shit. That's
Dude,
you.
you've got the Wrong guy, man. I'm telling you, it's not me. It's not me.
It's not
It's
you.
yeah. It's definitely
Because
not
I
me.
okay, so okay, well let's test the theory. Name who invented the cotton gin?
I don't know. I don't know. Who invented it? You tell me.
I know
I
I
can look
got
it
you.
up.
I got your voice, dude. I got you good. I
You
got you.
did. Okay.
It
I
took
hate.
me a long time to catch on. I know I recognize that voice. I got you. That's you, man.
Uh, okay. All right.
Tell me
I mean,
I'm
it's
wrong.
not. It's not. But you can again.
Because
You
I
can
just
believe
gave you
it.
the answer, and then you're gonna act like you don't know who it is. I gave you the answer, and you don't know who it is. Okay.
Well, it was kind of a like a. I don't even know what you were trying to do with that, but okay. So if I said Eli Whitney, it's me. If I don't say Eli Whitney, it's me. Yeah, it sounds like a really good exercise. But now
Uh,
I know. Now I know. So thank you for letting
yeah,
me.
but I mean, it's very suspicious. You didn't say it. You don't know who Eli is. All of
Look, I don't know what detective work you've done in the past, but I don't think that's how you talk to. That's not how
so
you talk to
so
suspects.
who like in your
Come on,
mind?
the
Okay,
bloodline never
in
stops
school when
running.
you were learning in school, who invented things? Who invented the things you?
Who invented things? I mean,
Yeah,
it was different people. Different people invented different things.
yeah.
What?
Like what kind of different
That's
people?
not a good answer. What do you want me to tell you? Thomas Edison invented what, like the light bulb or something?
Hmm.
Who is it? Thomas, not Thomas, Benjamin Franklin. You know, he had the kite. He discovered electricity.
Hmm.
Um, what else? Who else invented what? What is the point of this question? Who invented things?
Cause you sound just like that dude. Everything you saying is what he said, and that's all you know,
I'm sure I do. I'm
you
sure I
stop
do.
right there, and that's where he stopped.
Okay. Well,
And then I asked, and then that's when I said who invented the
I'm gonna
cotton.
look this guy up.
So
Do
I
you have
said
his
who
name?
invented the cotton gin, and and then what you said?
I didn't say anything. I said I don't know.
All right.
Cause you,
Mhm.
yeah, this is kind of.
Eli Whitney, but they said that he more than likely got the idea from the slaves that he owned,
He might have. He might
just
have.
like
I don't
Benjamin
doubt it.
Franklin did too. He owned slaves also, you know.
Benjamin Franklin. He did not own slaves. That's not right. Nope,
Yes,
he
he
did
did.
not.
Yes, he did.
You can look it up. He did not. He was one of the forefathers that did not own slaves.
He did though.
Oh, okay. You can just say it again. It doesn't make it true.
Well, you can say it again, and it doesn't make it true.
I think you're thinking of other founding fathers, but it wasn't him.
Only as on slaves, man. He wasn't against slavery. He owned slaves. The last I checked, one of us is wrong and one of us is right. I don't think we both can be right or wrong. So I'm gonna go with he owned slaves because most of them own slaves. If not all of them, he might have owned the least amount of slaves or some shit. You know, yeah, they believed in them. That's just how they got down. And
Benjamin Franklin questioned slavery, especially after spending time in Europe where abolitionist movement was growing. He did not own slaves, dude. I'm just telling you.
dude, question it. You just questioned J6.
No, I didn't.
I'm saying if he questioned it doesn't mean that he didn't own. That doesn't say he didn't own slaves. It say
Hello.
he questioned it after he
You're here
quit.
late.
Oh, yeah. Some days are like that. You have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Yes.
That did not say, you didn't read Benjamin Franklin was 100% slave. You didn't own any slaves. You said two
I had
questions.
somebody come in here. My bad. I couldn't talk for a second. Are you still there?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm just saying questioning something doesn't, shit, that doesn't mean anything.
Would you people stay away? Oh man, dude, this lady is like full of hate. Why do you have her up here? She doesn't like anybody that's not like her. It's like all this tribalism stuff, man. Can't we just like,
Seriously, seriously, seriously. See, that's
can we
what I'm
just agree to
saying.
disagree on
That's what I'm
stuff?
saying. Trump said, I hate the Democrats. I hate my opponents, and I don't wish the best for them. And
Yeah.
you say right now what you're saying. That's how hypocritical you are. Like, you should never say what you just said. You can't say that. You can't
I can say it. I can say it because I
follow that.
disagree with. No,
Well,
I can say it.
true enough, you can say anything you want to, but I'm just saying logically.
No, I can say it because I disagree
logically,
with him
it's
on that.
hypocritical. It's hypocritical.
It's not because I disagree with him on
It's
that. I've told you I
hypocritical. It
disagree with
doesn't.
some
Well, you
things.
disagreeing is hypocritical, and still supporting.
How is
It's
disagreeing hypocritical? I disagree.
because you're disagreeing, yet you're supporting everything.
I didn't. I told you I don't support everything. I support a lot of things, but not everything. There's a little bit of
So,
nuance.
like
It
I'm
doesn't.
saying,
It doesn't
those
mean you like
people,
worship the
all those
guy.
people you naming, they had slaves, and they had and
Okay, fine. They all had slaves. That's besides the point.
or the
It's
guy,
over. They're all not
that
with us
supposedly
anymore.
built the light bulb that didn't work, and
Thomas Edison.
yeah, it was pretty much worthless. So, like, without the filament to make it last, it wasn't
Are
actually
you really trying to
good
like?
inspiration.
Hold on. I don't think I've ever heard this one. You're trying to like degrade
Well, I'm not
Thomas
trying to do
Edison.
anything. What I'm doing is telling you the truth, and you're trying to say that degrades what is real in your
Okay, but
mind
he still
because
came
that's what's in your mind.
just because it doesn't work.
Rather than look up what I'm saying and prove it wrong, and then say something about it.
No, you might be
So
right,
you
but what I'm
don't
saying
know
is
what you don't know.
no, you might be right on that, but
I
what
ain't
you're
gonna might be right. I am right.
okay, so you are right on that, but then your narrative is he basically didn't do it because it didn't work. It's like, oh, he did a little, but he did a lot. Let's give him credit where credit's due.
And even that's debatable though. Like I said, like Elvis Presley invented rock and
How
roll.
much have you read on Thomas Edison to have this opinion
All
about
of
him?
everything
I
is
feel very strongly about Thomas Edison not inventing things.
everything is just like Elvis. You could use
What are
that
you talking about?
your prime example. Everybody else is just like Elvis. They all steal, copy, and take credit for and become the king of something that they didn't invent, didn't make.
Well, who did invent it then? Tell me.
I'm just telling you now. I can't remember. I think his name is Lattimore, or his last name is Lattimore. But you look it up. They'll tell you. Google will tell you. AI will tell you. They're not gonna lie about it, but you have to seek to find. It's not mainstream information. Why do you think Trump want to dismantle the information in the Smithsonian and all that about Black history and things like that? Or you're not aware of that, I guess.
No, I've heard about that, but I don't know all the details. The only
Why
thing
would
I
you
can
know?
say, what's that?
Why? I mean, you don't know the details because you don't care. It doesn't affect you, and you don't want to know. Like, because it's easy to find out.
Well, I think I would have to read about it, but I'll tell you this. I think it's important to tell history of what really happened. You definitely don't want to sugarcoat it. I definitely don't want though that to further divide people between YT and black and Asian and Hispanic. I don't want to divide people and say this group of people is evil, this group of people is righteous, and that too. So I think you can put history in context of you can say what really happened, but you don't want to create a narrative amongst the people that are living now and pit us against each other, because that's what I don't want to happen. Like, I want our kids in schools to be able to understand history but still be able to play sports together and go to class together and be friends. So that I don't want to do. I would never tell a kid that he's an oppressor or someone's oppressed based on something that happened hundreds of years ago, you know?
Hundreds of years ago.
Well, I'm talking about slavery. So,
What about all the stuff after slavery?
like yeah, you're right. You're right. There was still a lot of prejudice and
Talk about
discrimination. Of course.
damn, what's the word? Unaware. Unaware.
But yeah, of course, I don't disagree with you. But at the same time, I young kids that are in school, I want them to be able to get along with each other and play together and go to school together and live in a community together.
You know, Triple K was started.
So that's hold on a second. That would be the goal of that. Do you have that same sentiment, or how do you feel?
I don't control it. I have no say so.
Okay, but I don't control it either. But how do you feel about it?
I'm a prisoner of war. It's your world, baby. But
well, hold on a second. How do you don't have an opinion?
it doesn't.
How do you think history should be taught?
I don't get a say. We don't get a say.
Well, we do get a say because we get to vote on people in the school board. So you can. That's kind of how you have a say sometimes. So,
but not really. It's within the confines of the system of white supremacy. So it's always going to be working.
So how do you think history should be taught? Do you think it should be taught in a way, like, you tell me?
Well, I'm telling you now, right now, like, take that part out. Take the part out that wants to be white supremacy and just teach history and proper.
Okay. Well, I don't advocate for white supremacy. So just to be clear.
Well, it's racism and is white supremacy. White supremacy is racism. So it's everything. The fact that
it's a form of racism. There's lots of racism.
You don't know. Listen to what I'm saying. The fact that you don't know what I know, which of course you wouldn't. I had to find this out on my own about the details, who invented what, or whatever. Not for the purpose of being superior or anything. It just is what it is. You know? Why wouldn't you know? I think they teach this. Okay, here's one for you. Maybe it's changing the subject. I don't know. But who had the first successful heart surgery, open heart surgery?
I don't know. I don't know.
At all. You have no idea.
Who performed the first successful open heart surgery?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Okay.
There's a lot of other things you don't know, and why? So
there's probably a lot. You're right. There's lots of things that I don't know.
The white supremacy part of the system. Like, we should all know that. That should be common knowledge.
Okay. I mean,
more important.
Because I don't know one fact means the whole thing is a conspiracy towards white people.
Well, why? Okay. Who chopped down the cherry tree?
That's not even a real story. That never happened.
Man, but you know who, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
You know that answer, and you don't know the answer to the other question. That's the point.
Okay.
Some worthless lie rather than a worthwhile.
Well, it was an old folk tale. But I mean,
okay, but the point, you're missing the point. I
think. But I know who invented peanut butter.
You're missing the point. There you go.
Hold on.
Same guy. You're the same guy, partner. You're the same guy because
I know who invented peanut butter.
And you know who invented the cookies, right?
No, I don't know who invented cookies.
No, you know what I'm talking about. You're the same dude.
No, I don't.
Not who invented cookies, but those cookies that you're gonna say, because you're gonna say
what?
Who invented that too?
What?
You gave black people credit for like two things, and one of them was peanut butter.
I'm just telling you, that's okay. That's a very common thing that people know. Is like if you live in the United States, a lot of people know that George Washington Carver invented peanut butter. It doesn't mean that I'm this guy that you say I am. But I don't know who invented the cookies. I don't know that. Which cookie? Like a cookie in general? Or
Don't
what?
worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it may not come out. It may come out. It does. It's
I don't
irrelevant.
even know what you're talking about. A cookie? I would think they were invented before the United States. That's for sure. It was not an American invention, I don't think. Like they had sugar and dough before
Hold on. Think about it. Think
1776.
about
Right?
think about what you're saying now. Everything that exists now, every modern invention, all of that stuff was always around.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Our phone was always around.
The materials to build the phone, as they've always been there.
Okay. You think foam materials have been around since when?
What?
When were they? How long? How far back are we going? Like the dinosaurs, or when?
What are you talking? Where you know where the cobalt comes from, huh?
Yes, it's an element. I know there's all elements. That's not what I'm saying. We didn't. They didn't have like the specific glass that an iPhone has, like back in the prehistoric times. Like I don't even know what you're saying.
The materials.
Like you have to. It takes manufacturing to make that stuff. You don't just get it from the ground.
You're kind of on a short bus, huh?
That's what you call the short bus? Okay.
The materials has
I
always
think
existed. The knowledge to put the materials together in a certain way wasn't there,
can I
maybe.
just tell you, whenever you don't have an answer for what I say, you just throw an insult. And it's really I'm picking up on that. Like
What was the insult?
I was on the short bus. Like you had nothing to say because you basically knew you were cornered and you're like, oh, you're on the short bus. Like that's kind of your out. It's just a common thing you do.
It's not at all because
It is. You just did it, but it's okay. Again, we live in two different universes apparently.
it was that a distraction technique? Pretty good.
No, it's just
Pretty
I'll
good.
tell you something, and if you don't like it, you just don't. It's like it's not true because you don't like it. So it's okay. Like I think there's an objective reality, and then there's like a subjective reality, and I think some things are true regardless of people believe them or not. Some things are subjective where they could be certain beliefs, but those are subjective. Those are like opinions, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
is
like I said, mission accomplished. I did.
what's that?
Did what I was. My point I was making. I
Black
definitely.
history. Hold on, your friend said black history should be taught to black children by their black parents. Okay. Also, no damn
Yeah,
Christopher
I guess
Columbus.
that was the I guess coming back around is the point is why don't you know these things? It's because of white supremacy. You ain't got to support it. You support it by not supporting it. You know, I forget exactly what I
Well,
was
what?
saying, but trust me, me accusing you of riding the short bus just was your lack of grasping the point that I was making. It was not a deflection.
Not really, but
You
okay.
deflected.
Okay. Um, do you think? Do you agree with what she said? Black history should be taught by black children. Sorry, taught to black children by their black
That's the
parents.
only way they're gonna get it. I taught my son, but he didn't really want to hear all that.
He didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, well, that's society, right? Society is that way.
Hmm. I mean, my son and I talk about history, and he kind of listens. We don't. We talk about a lot of history, though, not just American history. We'll talk about world history. So
Well, I mean that's an exaggeration. Yeah. Maybe you're taking it the wrong way, or maybe I put it out the wrong way. I'm saying he heard it, he listened, but like to an extent. I'm just saying. I
I
mean,
got you.
yeah, you know,
I got you. I got
this
you.
one, that's how they are.
I got you. I know. I know. Um, let's see. I don't agree with the church and state together. Religious dogma. I'm just reading the comments for this.
But all of those things would solve a lot of
Akina.
problems, but they don't want to solve those problems. The money and problems. Money is not in solutions. Money is in problems. You know, and this society is capitalism is based off problems.
Capitalism's what?
It's based off problems. They build industries off problems. Industries, you know.
So I take it you don't like you don't like capitalism.
Well, it doesn't really matter what ism it is because they're gonna use it the same. It's like for one, it's what you call it, racialized capitalism, white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
There's that part. So whatever system it would be, that's what they would do with it. It doesn't matter what you call it. I'm not into all the labels don't matter. Like they take any of those systems and turn it into, the thing that rules over people if they want to.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about that? What do you think about that guy running for mayor in New York City? You think he's going to win? Calls himself a
Who is that?
Democratic
The Indian
socialist.
guy? Indian dude? Muslim guy?
Mdami, yeah.
Seem like it, but I'm not really following it. But from following it from the outside, not paying that much attention, seems like it.
Would you want somebody like that in there, or would you rather have like a traditional Democrat like Andrew
White
Cuomo?
boy.
What's
traditional,
that?
traditional Democrat, white boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Cuomo. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I
I
don't,
mean,
I don't live in New York. That's like
well, I'm just
for,
saying, just in
for
general.
the
Like,
New
let's say it was
Yorkers
your
to
city.
decide.
Let's say it was your city.
Am I an anti-Muslim? No. If that's your direct question, you're indirectly asking. No, I'm not
No,
anti.
no. Definitely not that. I have a very good. I'll tell you this. I have a very good friend who's Muslim. I know actually a lot about Islam, so I'm not anti-Muslim at all. I'm more concerned about him. He's very much. He won't say he's a communist, but he's very much in that direction. He's very extreme on his policies to the point where Andrew Cuomo, the traditional Democrat, is saying he's so extreme and how he's going to ruin the city with his policies, and he's going to have, he's going to keep rents low by forcing it, and he's going to start increasing taxes on everyone, and that's going to pay for free buses, and you're going to have free food and everything. And I mean, what's your preference on that? Would you rather have somebody like him extreme, or would you rather have a traditional Democrat?
I don't understand the question really. Look at what Trump's doing with tariffs and all the other shit he's doing. Like what?
Well,
Like
just forget about Trump for a minute. I'm just asking about this guy
yeah, but
versus.
I don't live in like I live in America. I live in the United States. I don't live in New York. That shit ain't gonna have no effect on me. I don't. Maybe indirectly it could. I guess to some
Well, if
things.
he gets to be the mayor of New York City, I mean, it could have an effect because people are going to leave. That's what they're
Like,
thinking. All the
like just think like you ask me about the mayor of Kansas or Kentucky. I don't give a flying fuck about it's the same thing.
Well, what do you think about somebody who, just in general, then, about somebody who's very, very,
About the mayor of Tennessee,
uh,
man, I don't give a fuck. Who? Roscoe?
what
You think
about,
about Roscoe Jenkins? Like
okay, what
what?
about in your town? What about in your town then? Let's just say those two were in your town. Who would you be more inclined to support?
I don't even know because I live in Houston and the mayor is Rick Moore. I don't know anything about him. I guess I voted for him. I don't even know, to tell you the truth.
Okay. All right, that's honest. All right.
Yeah, I might have just voted Democrat on the thing, and he happened to get it. I honestly don't know, and maybe I skipped the vote altogether. Um, it's hard to remember, to tell you the truth.
For the
I ain't,
city? Yeah.
well, when you don't know anything about the candidate at all, more other than whatever they put on the pamphlet, like
Yeah, I really don't research that much about local candidates. I probably should, but I just don't. Uh, I live a busy life, man. Just don't have a lot of time to do that. I don't agree with the church and state together. Yeah, I agree. I don't agree with church and state together either. Separation of church and state. I agree. Religious dogma. Yeah. Hey, your friend and I agree on that. That's something.
okay.
Now wait a minute. She said Christopher Columbus didn't found anything.
You think Christopher Columbus discovered America?
uh, well, he wasn't the first one to discover it. That's true. I would say he's the first one who was really relevant to discover it, though,
Well,
because
that wasn't the question. So what you within that is the answer. So yes, you think he discovered America, but
no. Well, then to answer it directly, then no, I don't. I don't. I think it was already
no.
discovered
But I'm saying
before.
you saying like he also discovered that, but he didn't discover it at all. He never got to America. You know.
No, he got to America. It was just he wasn't the first one,
You
but he's
sure about
credited.
that? Are you sure about that? See,
What?
once again, when they lie, man, but the
What do you
lies are
mean?
buried
You
in
don't
the
think
library.
you
Okay,
don't?
that's
He
why they call
discovered
it the
the
library.
Americas. He
Huh?
discovered the. He did. He discovered the Americas.
All right, Shaman. Yeah, what?
Well, who did then?
Wait, say it again. Oh, who did? Not him.
Well, who was it?
It wasn't him. I forget who it was.
Of course, it was him. That's the
Yeah.
answer. That's the correct answer.
He never even got to America. Like they lied about it. You
Who
know.
lied? Christopher lied.
Uh, Man, I forget all the details. You just look it up. You'll find it and figure it out. Like that's why.
Well, I was just, I discovered this disruptor. Ooh, okay. I was, am I the disruptor?
I think so.
Oh man. I mean, this guy can come up. We can talk and hash it out. No problem. I was just reading the comments that the Akina said. So USA has never been united. Oh, I think it has in the past, but definitely not today. I don't think it'll be united, though. I agree with that.
Why wouldn't they teach you about inventions? Yeah, I guess not. That's why they don't teach nothing about nothing in school. That makes a lot of damn sense. They really like. anything about any inventions at all. They don't teach us anything in school. I mean,
Inventions.
the bare minimum. They teach us about George Washington and apple trees and shit, cherry trees and
Okay,
other
I don't
fairy
think
tales.
that. Hold on a second. I don't think that I actually learned that in school. I think I probably just heard that, just being in America. We all know that.
Yeah, you learned it in school. You learned it in elementary school.
Well,
They taught it out the book. Just like
well,
you learned that Columbus discovered America in school.
well, I learned that in school, yeah,
Right. You learned the thing, but everything you learn is if so why
but not everything I know is from what I learned in school, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I hear that. That's kind of obvious, to tell you the truth. But yeah, but trust me, I know that they taught it in school.
George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. I don't think that's in the book.
It's in it's not in a college book.
Right, because it
No,
didn't happen.
of course not. It's in elementary school. You learned it in elementary school. That's when you learned it.
But I think it was more of just like a folk tale. It's not like a big
No, it
serious
wasn't a
thing.
folk tale. It was part of the lie. That was part of the folklore, whatever you want to call it. But
Well, I mean, I
it
think it's just
was
like a.
taught to us in the book, out of the
But
book, in
I don't.
elementary school.
I don't think
The
so. I
point
don't think that was
is,
in the
the
book,
point,
dude.
and once again, I'm gonna keep saying that and many other pointless bullshit, rather than teaching us real stuff that matters. That is the point in me saying that. It's not whether it's whatever you're saying, that could be true or not true. That's irrelevant. You
But
were taught it.
what makes something? What are you saying? We learned it's pointless. I mean, I agree. I think we do learn a lot of pointless stuff.
Like obviously Three Little Pigs is not a pig.
You
You
don't
learned
learn
that
that
in
in
school.
school,
You
dude. That's
learned
in
that
like.
in school too, but like you obviously know that those pigs aren't real, blowing out house, wolf blowing out houses and shit.
Well, I
But
had to read.
other things were more like factual. Like, no, that was part of history. Him chopping down that tree was a part of elementary history.
Okay, but like the three little
You
pigs.
understand what I'm saying? That's not the
Yeah, but
same thing. That was just fun. Listen to what I'm saying, though.
I
That's just
am.
fun. That was just fun time books. The George Washington is a historical person. They were teaching you so-called historical facts.
Yeah, but they also said he threw a silver dollar across a lake or something. I mean, that wasn't true either. These are just things that people said, though. I don't think they taught it as history.
Obviously, story time was like, dude, you're younger than me, so you should remember it. But I have children, so I remember their life. But story time is different from history. It's not the same thing. You just reading books. You reading about Snow White or anything. It could be anything like that, like fairy tales. George Washington is not included in those story time. Like, no, that's not the same thing. It's different.
Mm,
And
yeah.
if you don't know that, and even me breaking it down and explaining, you still can't recognize it, that's on you. See, and that's why I said you on the short bus, and that don't change anything that I said or anything that you said. If I was to say some shit like that, and then you're gonna say, "Well, see, you trying to distract."
Well, you didn't just there, but you did the other time.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying, like, dude.
Now, what
Hey,
about
you take
Columbus?
that tone, that's
Hold
on
on. What
you.
about Columbus? Do you think Columbus? You don't think he went to the Americas? He didn't.
Americas, not America.
Well, there's North and South, so you don't think he discovered? He sailed to the islands, the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's where you went.
Yeah, that's where he went. Yeah, but he still discovered a whole entire continent.
But that's not the story. Once again, that's not the story we were taught.
No, that's the story I was taught. He wasn't in the North America. I never learned that. He discovered he was on the Caribbean islands. That's what I learned, and that's true.
Well, maybe they changed it by the time you got in school. You are younger than me.
Maybe they did. Abu Bakari? I founded America? Okay.
One. The first.
Well, I mean, again, we have to say what we're talking about because, I mean, there were Native Americans here thousands of years before Columbus or that guy that she's talking about. So they were already discovered. It just wasn't by anybody who had any real, like, influence.
Guns.
I mean, the reason why, yeah, he didn't discover America.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he started basically European exploration, though. What?
They had what they had. They had influence. They didn't have the same weapons they had. Right. You know? That's what made the difference. And the only thing that made the difference.
Well, yeah, of course.
It would have been another story.
But did they have guns back then? In the 1492?
What you think they conquered them with?
I don't know. I wasn't alive. I don't know.
Seriously. I mean, just use your imagination. What do you think they conquered them with?
Well, that's a good question. When we're
okay, so we know that they had bows and arrows. We know it, and spears and shit. We know that. And what you think they had? Fighting them with them bows and arrows and spears. Bows and arrows and spears?
I'm sure they had. Yeah, I'm sure they had weapons. Well, they had horses too. It wasn't just they just didn't beat them by guns. They had other weapons, but they also killed them with disease too. They all
right. Let's not leave that out.
They got smallpox. Yeah.
That is true.
Disease was one of the main things that really wiped out a lot of them.
There's so many. I mean, even though they wiped out like droves and droves, but there still was a lot left because
indigenous people were here, such as natives. Yeah, she's right. She's right about that. See, her and I agree on more than she thinks, but I think just because we disagree on like modern politics,
yeah,
like she
can't
talk anymore.
What you think they used to conquer this land? German shepherds or some shit? What they use? They had to have some superior mind?
Oh man. Well, all I'm saying is that I'm sure they had firearms, but they were very, very like primitive, and they probably had other stuff like swords and small cannons, things like that. Like it wasn't just they didn't have like what we have now. I mean, think about the 1770s. They had muskets. Like you had to reload that thing. Like that thing took a long time to shoot. Just one shot. You know? I mean, it wasn't like you're just pulling a trigger and that thing's going spraying bullets. It's not it. So, like I said, I think they had a lot of different weapons to do that. But they also had horses too. I mean, the Native Americans didn't have horses. Did you know that? They didn't. They actually thought that Europeans, when they were on the horses, they thought that was like one thing. They had never seen that before. And then they thought it was like a actual, like that. Who's that guy in the?
Dude, you sounding like there you go, that little bus shit again, man. No.
Who's that? No, they did. They did. No, they did think that. I'll look it up for you. Just because it sounds crazy doesn't mean it wasn't true.
You actually,
the Sagittarius.
Your wildest imagination think that they had horses all over the place and they wasn't riding on none of the horses? You're serious, and you serious to believe that. You need to look that up to find that out. You think they were just walking around, just everybody was walking. No one rode a horse till a
They
white
didn't have
man showed.
horses.
Hold up. No
The Native
one thought of,
Americans?
no, hold on. All them horses around, and no one thought of riding a horse till a
They
white
didn't
man
have
showed up.
horses in Native
No
America. They
one
came from
thought
Europe.
of riding a horse until a white man showed up.
Well, correct. They did not have horses. That's right. They weren't in the United States, or sorry, they weren't in North America. They didn't have them. They brought them from Europe. Horses are from Europe. They learned to ride them when we brought our own horses, but they didn't have them back then. They didn't. I'm telling you the truth.
So you don't know who did the first successful open heart surgery in more recent American history.
I don't know
But
that.
you know,
You're right.
for a fact. What do we? Come on, man.
No, I didn't know that. Just because I didn't know one thing, it doesn't. I'm sure there's lots of things you know that I don't know. It doesn't mean that.
I'm just saying, but you know nothing about current history, but you know this.
I know a lot about just different periods. It just depends
You
what
know
I've
that
read,
they
though.
didn't have horse. You know that horses weren't in America.
Right.
I don't know that. I don't know that, and I actually don't believe that. It sounds like it could
I just
be
looked it
real,
up.
but I
No.
don't believe
I
it
just looked
because
it
I
up.
ain't never heard it before.
Native Americans did not have horses before Europeans arrived. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have it.
But what they had,
Well, they had other animals. They had buffalo, but they didn't have horses.
they weren't riding the buffaloes, were they?
I don't know. I don't think you can ride a buffalo. They're too wild.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think you can ride a buffalo. You can eat it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, they didn't ride buffalo. Yeah, man. I didn't know the open heart surgery, but I am gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write this down, and I'm gonna put a sticky note right on my computer, and I will never forget the guy who did the first open heart surgery. Who was it, by the way?
I believe it's Charles.
Was he an Asian guy?
Yeah, right.
That's not you. First successful open heart surgery, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, 1893, Chicago, USA. Is that who you're talking about?
No. Charles.
Okay, that's just what I looked up. I'm just telling you.
There you go. There you go with your Mandela effect looking up shit again.
What do you? Well, how else am I supposed to find out? Well, who was it?
I just told you who it was.
Who? I've got Dan Hale Williams and I've got John Gibbon. Those are the two that it brought up. So I don't know. I don't know who you want me to know who did this. This is the thing. I'll ask you what you want, or what do you want me to know?
Okay, wait. Look up. I think
You won't tell me.
I think it's both. But look up blood transfusion. I think it's both. It's the blood transfusion and the open heart surgery. Whatever. I mean, it's not that. Once again, Elvis is the king of rock and roll, isn't he? So it's not.
Wait a minute.
It's
Which
not to
is it?
be unexpected that some white man would be the king of open heart surgery and the king of blood transfusion and the king of light bulbs and the king of anything.
What are you talking about? I literally just looked it up.
And I just said what I said. Dude, are you
Is it
once
a
again,
transfusion?
are you riding on the short bus? If you look up the king of rock and roll, is it going to show you the actual
What does that
king
have
of
to
rock
do
and
with-
roll, or is it going to
what
show
is
you Elvis Presley?
Hold on a second. What? I don't. You don't even know what you're talking about. I looked it up, and now it wasn't even the right guy. Oh my gosh, dude! Seriously?
Yeah, you on that bus. You on that.
You made such a big deal about this, and now you don't even know who it was.
I know exactly what it is.
Well, who was it?
I already told you more than one time.
Well, what's his name?
Charles Drew, Dr. Charles Drew.
Dr.
His name
Charles
is
Drew?
Dr.
Okay. I'm gonna look
Charles
this up.
Drew. Do you understand? Do you need me to repeat it again? I know who it is because that's who it is.
Okay. I'm looking it up, man. I'll give you the benefit
And,
of the
and,
doubt.
and once again, I could tell you who the king of rock and roll is, but the king of rock and roll is Elvis Presley. So no matter what I tell, once again,
Hold
if you're
on, hold
listening
on.
to me, no matter what I tell you, it's gonna always come up Elvis. You're not listening. You're hard.
Hold on a second. Dr. Charles Drew. Hold on, let's just get it right. Dr. Charles Drew. His groundbreaking contribution was in the field of blood transfusion and blood banking. He developed the first techniques for blood storage and even okay. So his was blood transfusion. So Charles Drew he did blood transfusion. I actually know a lot about that because that's my job. So, but
hold up. Stop the train. That's your job, and you don't know that.
no,
You had to
I
look
don't.
that up, and that's your job. That's crazy.
They never taught us that.
You see what I'm talking about, though? You see what I'm talking about? White supremacy. Why wouldn't they? If that's your job, they wouldn't teach you who invented the shit.
Well, he's not even. He doesn't even look white. He's not. Sorry, he doesn't even look black. He's white. Dr. Charles Drew? He looks white.
It doesn't matter. All
You
of
saying
what
that's a
I'm
black
saying
guy?
doesn't matter. The point is, why
What
wouldn't
do
you
you
know
mean?
that?
Because they didn't teach it to me?
Dude, you know what the one drop rule is? Have you heard of that? Short bus.
Hold
Have you heard of that? Have you heard of the one drop rule?
on a second. The first open heart surgery was Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. He was an African American surgeon.
Short
So
bus.
you're here claiming that you know all this stuff and you didn't even know who it was. So who needs the history lesson? I think it's you, dude. Not me. You didn't know that either. So when I asked you about it, you didn't even know what procedure it was.
Well,
Because
no,
open heart surgery is
no,
different from a blood transfusion.
I know what the fuck I said, and I got the tape to play it back, and I have no problem playing it back. I stand by what I said. I stand 100% by what I said, and I got.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
I'll send you that segment. I'll send you that segment.
You don't need to. I heard it the first time. Okay, but Charles Drew was white.
Well, you're here the second time too.
But so what was your point with Charles Drew?
I told you the point.
He's not African American.
Perhaps I'm mistaken, and it was the other thing, but I think it's both. Which I told you the blood transfusion. Did I not? You're gonna say I didn't say that.
Charles Drew.
You're gonna say that I didn't perhaps make an error and correct my error, but I still claim both. I ain't gonna lie about that. But I correct my error and I told you blood transfusion, maybe not the heart, but I still learned it as both, and I still think it's
okay.
both. He has some contribution to it. You may not see it in whatever you're looking at. I don't know.
But you know he's not. He's not black, right? You know that, right?
He is black, but he is black.
Charles Drew.
Yeah.
Well, the picture I'm looking at doesn't look like he is. He looks YT to me. Where are you getting his black?
I ain't even going through this again. Here we go, like Eli.
I'm just telling you.
This
He's not
like
black.
Eli Whitney. Well, which that means that man.
He's not.
I don't. Charles Drew is black, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's not. Look at him.
Do you know who Thurgood Marshall is?
Hold on.
Hold on.
I do know who that is.
Thurgood Marshall
hold on.
Hold on.
Charles Drew.
Do you know
Charles
who
Drew.
Thurgood Marshall is?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You sat up here for like an hour lecturing me that I didn't know black history and that I'm not taught of it because of white supremacy. And then you told me.
Hold up. I've been lecturing you for an hour.
Hold on.
I've been lecturing you for an hour.
Then you tell me it was the first. Then you tell me it was Charles Drew. and who did the first open heart surgery, which isn't true. He did a blood transfusion, but okay, fine. He did the blood transfusion. Then I hold on,
Hold on.
and then I look him
Hold
up,
on. Let me mute your mic. You're gonna try to sit here and
and then I
belittle.
look him up, and he's not even.
Okay, there we go.
Dude, he's not even black.
Bye, bro. Bye. There we go. Before you come with your shit, cause here it come. Here come your true self getting ready to come out. So let me go ahead and drop you down because you're over talking me, and even though I muted you, you still coming back. You won't let me talk. Come on, man. Charles Drew may look white, but Charles Drew is black. And I may have I know what I said and I could play it back. You trying to antagonize me and do all this flipping and dripping and shit. Like, dude, ain't nobody playing those games. I can play the tape back. I know my mind is clear. Maybe you fucked up short bus, but I'm not. Yeah. I'm saying that's why I'm calling a short bus and he get mad, talking about I'm deflecting. No, that's your nickname. I ain't deflecting shit. When you win the Kena even ran the Kena off. I should have been dropped him. That's my fault. Yeah, that's my fault. I should have been dropped him. You're right. But he was entertaining for a minute, but to the point where that's that same dude. I know it is. Ain't no way. I caught on to his ass. He just happened to sound just like him and only know all the same shit that other motherfucker know. That's just a coincidence. I'm supposed to be stupid. That's Steve's cousin, a brother or something, man. Yeah, you got to go. Come with that nonsense. How you do blood and don't know if he white or black? He gonna talk about he white. If he white or black, you don't know the man who in your thing. Even I say his name, like I can see you forgot, but I say his name and I say all that shit don't ring no bell. I can't believe y'all ain't learned nothing about that at school. But it's the racism part. That's why y'all ain't learned. I lectured him for an hour about he don't know about Black history. Yeah. For real. They can't live without it. They already go crazy lying, like they got tell a lot of them, I guess. Lie and make up jokes and put people down and shit. Like all that's a part of the package for their nervous system survival. Yeah, I caught his ass. He ain't no damn 40. You do not sound like no 40. Like you're not talking like no 40. It ain't just the tone or your voice. It's that too, but you could be saying the same. It's just something off. Something off. They be stupid too. Don't get me wrong. The 40-year-old be dumb, but something off. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, God, this motherfucker. All of a sudden, they accusing me of shit, and I'm getting a notice when I dropped him. You seen it? Did y'all see that shit? All of a sudden. Coincidence. That's how, see, that's how my thing got dropped the last time. Well, that's the same message that got the live drop. Ain't nobody stereotype shit. I can do that? Yeah. Let me see. Let me do that. Well, it said for 10 minutes. I mean, is it worth it? Maybe so, huh? No, they're still coming in. I don't know. End it and come back. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it and come back, y'all. Mm. It did. See you. Say you. Wait, what now?